Hello, hello, hello. I am back. Sorry, it's been a while. So last time on Ace Attorney Apollo Justice, however, it's now, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not even gonna go to it. Last time, we did the right for turnabout, which was a really big case. Really big case. And I was like a 9-hour stream, but yeah. Thursday I was supposed to stream more, but I was just too tired and I wanted to do a few other things, so I didn't. But now we are back. It's a little bit later than I would normally like, but we are now back to episode 4, or we're going to start now. Episode 4, Turnabout Storyteller. Trial Day 1. It'll be good to get back in here. Episode 4, Turnabout Storyteller. Is he gonna die?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What time is it? It's 9, 10, 11.
Ah. No! Is that a bowl of Aldoon's noodles? Shit. Shiso's dead. No. Do you think he did it? Oh no. If he did, then what do we do? Hey, pull yourself together. Don't worry. I have an idea. Well, that wasn't long. May 13th, 9:45 a.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby, number 6. What the heck? Who brings a defendant to his own trial late? Plus, the request was so last minute, I didn't even have a chance to talk with my client. He's late for a very important date. My name is Athena Sykes. Armed with analytical psychology and a full arsenal of legal know-how. A fully competent defender of the Right Anything Agency. Though I wish my client would show up already. The trial's about to start. It appears we made it just in time. Where have you been? The trial's about to start, Simon. Oh. You needn't get so worked up, Athena. His baldness can wait. There's no way he'd wait for me. Besides, why would I want to start off on the wrong foot with him right out of the gate? Dealing with such matters is part of being a lawyer, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, well, covering for your lateness is not. Still but a rank amateur, I see. Yeah! It's Simon Blackwell. He might not look it, but he's actually a prosecutor and a psychological specialist. He and I go way back. As for our shared specialization in psychology, we're both supposedly the same person, so to speak, but he's kind of my senior, I guess. But twisted sense of humor or not, I wish he'd stop treating me like a child all the time. So, where are Right Dono and Justice Dono? Mr. Wright is abroad, and Apollo's helping Cheersy with her magic show. Didn't I tell you? They're what? So neither one of them are here, leaving you to take this trial alone. Yup. Ye gods. Call Right Dono back. It's not too late. Oh no, not too late at all. You would only need to know how to teleport. Very well. Then I will settle for Justice Dono. Go grab him by the horns and drag him here. Apollo is literally in the middle of a show, Simon. You may not want to admit it, but I've got what it takes to take on this case. Just leave this to me and go watch from the gallery. As your defense derails in spectacular fashion? No, Wesley, when the heck out of this trial? I'll be okay, promise. So wipe that look off your face already, will you? Anyway, I take it the guy behind you is... Yes, he's He's asleep again. Hoy, Bucky, wake up.
Yeah. Ow. What'd you do that for, Simey?
Oh, I was kind of right. What the fuck?
It was this yeller chickadee.
She's your lawyer, such as it were. I'd say she's more green than yellow, however.
Lawyer? She sure doesn't look it, does she? Is she like your fellow apprentice or something?
something like that. I've known her longer than I've known you. You could say we're bound to one another.
Oh, okay. Well then, guess I better call her Miss Chickadee then.
Simon, this guy's not only rude, but he threw 3 sheets to the wind at his own trial. I know we just met, but I'm about ready to give him a piece of my mind. Do as you will. Just save it for after the trial.
Miss Chickadee.
Don't call me that.
How do you do? Simon here's an old friend of mine. I'm that 4th generation head shuffle with soba. When you don't know before Buck Wet. Nice to meet ya.
It's nice to meet you too, Mr. Wet. So he can pull himself together when he wants to? Well, the trial wasn't starting in a few minutes. Having been accused for a murder that only occurred yesterday, I'm afraid it's taken a toll on the poor boy. And you happened to be there at the theater where it all happened too, right? They said they found a Rakugo storyteller murdered in the dressing room.
Indeed.
The victim, master storyteller Taifu Tanado, was a longtime patron of Wet Soba. Master Tanado had been looking after Buckley ever since Wet Noodle number 3 passed away. I see, so the victim was kind of like a father to the defendant, huh?
Man, stupid old fart. Like a father. No way. He was always soba.
How dare you speak ill of him? Running your mouth like that is why they suspected you of his murder in the first place. Now, pull yourself together. Number 3 must be rolling in his grave.
But slimy. The police. None of them believes me. They will listen to me.
Looks like he's still in shock from the whole ordeal. Don't worry, Mr. Wet. Everything's gonna be alright. I'm gonna defend you with everything I've got. You're in good hands now.
You mean you believe me, ma'am?
Of course. No matter what, I'll believe in you to the very end.
Gee whiz, Miss Chickadee.
Oh, come on. I need you to shape up. Just like that al dente noodle of yours.
Yes, ma'am. My soba is the freshest.
Mr. Wet.
Bucky, you great big pillock.
So, how exactly do you know this guy?
I used to frequent Wet Soba, and still do, in fact. So I've known him since he was a lad. That's why his father and Master Tanado were always so good to me.
I didn't know you liked soba so much, Simon.
I wouldn't expect one such as you, who eats meat slapped between slabs of bread, to understand the delicate taste and the subtle textures imparted by buckwheat flour.
Hey, that's just rude.
But I digress.
I'm all about flavor and subtlety and stuff.
If I let Wet Soba end like this, I'll never be able to face number 3 or Master Tanado in the next life.
I see. And that's why you came to me. I wanted somebody you could trust.
It was never my intention to ask you.
Grr. I'll show him I can handle it just fine.
Well, I believe it's just about time.
What? We haven't even properly discussed the case yet.
What's the matter? You look nervous, Athena. Don't tell me you're chickadeeing out.
I'm just trembling with the excitement of battle, that's all. Of course, let's do this. Come on, Mr. Wet. Get up off the floor. We've got a case to win.
Yes, Miss Chickadee. I'm gonna do my best.
Wet soba, wet soba,
Oh.
wet soba, wet soba, wet soba.
Hello. 2 bowls of noodles. Sorry, sir. No can do. Kinda busy at the courthouse. They hung up. Okay, let's do it.
He's not gonna do himself his favors to Simon. Maybe we should let him go get some rest somewhere.
Let me rest. Maybe if I were a lump of regular flour dough for your ton noodles, but I'm fresh like my soba. Why don't show but the 3 freshes? Grind the buckwheat seeds fresh, cut the dough fresh, and boil the noodles for.
Bro, again? I hate this guy.
Excuse me.
He's blacked out. Oh boy, I just knew something like this would happen. Simon, what are these 3 freshes of soba he was talking about?
First, buckwheat seeds or groats are ground to make buckwheat flour. Then dough made with this flour is cut with a large rectangular knife into noodles. And finally, the buckwheat noodles are boiled. Each step is done immediately, one after the other, so that the soba is fresh when eaten.
Oh, so that's what he meant. I wouldn't want him to make me any soba right now, though. That's for sure.
Athena, this is no time for idle chatter. You need to get into the courtroom now. Just remember, as a prosecutor, I will be unable to lend you a hand. So don't expect any help from my court.
There you go, treating me like I'm incompetent again. For your information, I wasn't planning on asking you for any help anyway. Just you wait, Simon. Show you. Mr. Wright and Apollo may not be here. But that's alright. I can do this on my own.
I'm still here. Pick me up off the floor, please. Please pick me off the floor. I need to go to bed.
May 13th, 9:50 a.m. District Court, Court number 4.
Good day, one. Court is now in session. All rise. All rise.
Court is now in session for the trial of Bucky Wet. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is fully prepared, Your Honor. What's this? No prayer this time, Prosecutor Sudmati? That is correct, Your Honor. To expedite these proceedings, I completed them beforehand in the lobby. How very thoughtful of you. By the way, what brings you back to this country? Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth himself called on me to handle this case. Besides, I have a debt to repay. And though my opponent is yet a callow thing, I have no qualms with sending her down to hell.
Objection!
Whoa. If you have a score to settle, it's with Apollo, not me. But more importantly, I am not a callow thing. I'm a qualified and capable attorney. Then what is that yellow attire, if not proof of your immaturity, you small spring chick? Now cease your shrill chirping. Now, Prosecutor Sudmati. She is still only a teenager. Please go easy on her. Great. Now even the judge is giving me the kid treatment? Very well. Shall we begin, Your Honor? Yes, I suppose we should. Now then, Prosecutor Sudmati, please give your opening statement. I'll show them what I can do. They'll be sorry they underestimated me. Certainly. Let the last rites of the victim commence. The incident is believed to have occurred at around 4 p.m. yesterday, May 12th, at a storyteller's theater called Kuru something. The victim was a great master of the Tonedo School of Rekugo, or comedic storytelling. His name was Taifu Tonedo. The scene of the murder was the theater's dressing room. It is accessible via the staff entrance hallway and has an inner and outer sliding door. Or siding, I think. The estimated time of death is between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. The cause of death is suffocation, though how the victim suffocated is yet to be determined. The autopsy found nothing unusual in his lungs or stomach, so there's no murder weapon. And there is no murder weapon. Okay. We'll now submit the incident report to the court. That's weird. Prosecutor Sudmati, how could you name Mr. Wet as the culprit? You don't know how the victim was killed, or even with what. While it is true that the weapon and precise method are as yet unknown, the accused is the only one who had the opportunity to commit the murder. I will explain this assertion in further details as we continue. This means he has some kind of evidence to present. Now, would the accused care to plead his case? Come to think of it, where is the defendant, Miss Sykes? Sorry, Your Honor. I'm afraid Mr. White isn't feeling very well, and is resting in the infirmary. Surely it is the lack of a clear conscience that impedes him from facing this court. Great. Starting off on the wrong foot already. Mr. Wet is the head chef of the soba shop frequented by the victim. On the day of the incident, Mr. Wet went to the theater at the victim's request. Taifu Tonedo was a connoisseur of soba, as you can see in these photographs. He was apparently making soba himself in his dressing room that very day. The soba found at the scene is likely the soba he himself made there. Making soba is one thing, but making it in the theater dressing room's a bit much, non. Master Tonedo truly had a passion for soba, didn't he? For a man like that to be murdered by a soba chef is simply unthinkable. And yet, the accused had an ample motive. For in the victim's safe, we discovered the deed to the accused's shop. Mr. Wet was to inherit Wet Soba when he lost his father recently. However, it's believed the victim stole the shop's deed during the transfer process. The prosecution believes the accused killed the victim in order to get the deed back. Oh, yeah. A murder over the deed to a shop. That does sound like a plausible motive. So that's why. So that's what this case is about. Wish Simon had filled me in a little better. Could have contributed more than just 1,000 buckets of cold sweat if he had. Defense. From your demeanor, I gather you know very little about the details of this case. Well, you see... Bro, no. You are dishonoring the soul of the victim by appearing in the courtroom unprepared. You are an embarrassment to your profession. You putrid egg yolk. Eat! I love that, though, actually. I'm sorry. Apollo's a red pepper, and now I'm an egg yolk. We've only just started, and I've already been demoted from spring chick. I am ready to call my witness, Your Honor. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Let us listen to the words of the one who was present when the crime was discovered. Someone who was there when the victim's body was found. Very well. Witness, please take the stand. Is it somebody else who's jealous or wants the deed or something? Who are you? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Prosecutor Blackwell. Okay. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Simon Blackwell, prosecutor.
Prosecutor Blackwell? You didn't tell me you were gonna take the stand.
There simply wasn't time.
What a shame, Prosecutor Blackwell. Had you shared the damning scene you witnessed beforehand with the defense, you could have moved this trial along and saved the victim's soul that much faster. Damning scene? What in the world did Simon see?
Prosecutor Sanmati, was it? Before I give my testimony, there's something I'd like to confirm.
By all means.
This case involves rakugo, a very traditional form of Japanese comedic storytelling. Do you have enough knowledge of this art form to handle the case competently?
Are you implying that I am not qualified for this case?
Not yet. I'm simply trying to ascertain your familiarity with the topic for now.
It is the prosecutor's duty to learn the background of any case he takes on. I did some research on rakugo last night and have grasped the overall idea.
How much could you possibly grasp in a single night? In a single night.
Rakugo is a form of entertaining storytelling that originated in the land of Japan. In it, the storyteller sits alone on the stage with only a fan and its howlers. And the rakugo artist tells long, whimsical stories, giving each character a distinct voice. This traditional art was originally invented by monks to make ceremonies more interesting. Are you satisfied? If not, I could explain the 12 types of endings to such stories. Or shall I perform the famous story of Jujimo instead?
It appears you have put a bit of study.
Your acknowledgement is most welcome, Prosecutor Blackwell.
I can see why you are known for being quite thorough in your research, Prosecutor. Now, I would love to see you perform that story you mentioned, if you don't mind. I would like to hear it.
So that is Your Honor's request. Your Honor, please get back to the trial.
All right, of course. I nearly forgot.
Seriously, all the things for you to forget.
Now then, back to the case. Prosecutor Blackwell, please tell this court what you witnessed.
I should have guessed it.
I was there in my laundry. I don't know. I went to the theater yesterday and arrived at approximately 4 p.m. I went straight to Master Tonedo's dressing room to say hello. Bucky went into the dressing room thereafter, only to come storming out a while later. Master Tonedo's junior disciple, Uendo, apparently then entered the room after. That's when Uendo discovered Master Tonedo's body.
Now, just a minute here, Prosecutor Blackwell. With testimony like that, you're practically accusing Mr. Wood of the crime.
All I can do is state what I saw. I can't help how it appears. But a qualified and capable attorney such as you should be able to dispatch with it, right?
Well, yeah, duh. Alright, I guess I'd better start by getting all the info out of him that I can.
Alright, try to pick my brain. I'm a cold-hearted killer.
Hold it!
Prosecutor Blackwell, what did you go to the theater for in the first place?
I went because I had received an invitation from Master Tonedo. Here, see for yourself. It was a special show commemorating his junior disciple Uendo's promotion. There's also an occasion to announce the boy's succession to the stage name of Uendo 2.
So what exactly does it mean by succeed to a stage name?
You really don't know, do you? In the performing arts, a name succession is when the artist inherits a predecessor's name.
I see. So there was another Uendo Rakugo artist before, and this disciple succeeded him, huh? And what exactly did your invitation say?
It contained a simple letter of salutations and an outline of the show's program.
Oh, it appears Tai from Tanada was going to perform. Yep. He's famous for his masterful phantom, of eating soba. Usually he only uses fantasy sprout. And Uendo was to perform Soba Say, or Soba Glutton, a soba-themed show, I see.
It seems you know a thing or two about Rakugo yourself, your baldness. The first to perform was the senior disciple, Guru, followed by Uendo, and lastly, Master Tanada.
Okay. I see. So that's why you happened to be at the Storytellers Theater yesterday. So what happened after you arrived? Ticket to the show, letter from the victim, letter contains a simple greeting, and Guru was to perform her balloon act, and Uendo was to do his Soba Glutton routine. Finally, Master Tanado was to perform his time Soba routine.
Hold it!
And how did Master Tanado appear when you said hello to him?
I went with the intention of greeting him, but ultimately we didn't actually meet.
You didn't see him. Why not?
Guru escorted me to the dressing room, but we heard the sound of Rakugo being performed from within. Thinking the master was rehearsing, we decided to wait in the hall until he was done.
You heard Rakugo being performed in the dressing room?
Yes, not just me, but Guru as well.
In other words, you can confirm that the victim was still alive at around 4 p.m.
Correct. I couldn't hear him clearly through the doors, but I'm sure it was Master Tanado. I could tell because it was the time Soba routine being performed in there.
So maybe the victim was killed sometime after that.
Hold it!
Please tell us in detail how Mr. Wood appeared at the time.
Guru and I were waiting in the hallway for Master Tanado to finish practicing, when Bucky appeared and entered the dressing room with his things.
What happened after that?
We heard what sounded like Bucky shouting inside the room. About 10 minutes later, Bucky came back out of the dressing room looking rather irate.
This is most likely when the murder was committed. The victim was an elderly man. It would have been entirely plausible or possible to kill him within the span of 10 minutes. Better come up with some kind of counter-argument and fast.
Hold it!
What do you mean by apparently? Didn't you see him go in?
No, I couldn't. I wasn't able to see the dressing room door from where I was standing at the time. But Guru was right in front of it, so I'm sure she saw it all.
I see. And why do you suppose Uendo went into the dressing room anyway?
He had just finished his routine, so he was making a courtesy call. Disciples to pay their master respect right before and after each performance.
And all disciples are expected to do this.
Yes, it's common courtesy among Rakugo artists.
I see. Could you tell us what happened after Uendo went into the dressing room?
Certainly.
Hold it!
And how did Uendo act at the time?
After Uendo had been in the dressing room for 2 or 3 minutes, we heard a scream from inside the room, and Uendo came flying out.
Did you hear any signs of struggle at the time?
No, just Uendo's woeful scream.
I see. Well done, Prosecutor Blackwell. Your testimony has given us quite a glimpse into the sequence of events. Thank you, Prosecutor Blackwell. And now, please allow me to summarize your testimony. While Prosecutor Blackwell and Guru were in the hallways waiting for Master Toa, the accused came along and entered the dressing room with the same items in tow. He was very sorry for a time inside the dressing room. And about 10 minutes later, he came back out of the room, seeming rather angry. A short time after the accused had come and gone, Uendo Tanada went into the room. A few minutes later, after having discovered the victim's body, Wendo gave a scream and came running out into the hallway from within. Prosecutor Blackwell and Guru then ran into the room and saw the body for themselves. From the circumstances, it is quite clear that the accused murdered the victim.
This is crucial testimony indeed.
Defense. An eyewitness has given conclusive testimony. Why not just let it all go now and allow the victim his last right? Oh, your life. If Wendo went into the dressing room too, and was the first to discover the body, it was to say he didn't commit the crime. Wendo was in the dressing room for a mere 2, perhaps 3 minutes. He could not have possibly committed murder in that time, nor without making any noise. Oh, Simon, did you have to give that off with testimony? Prosecutor Blackwell, can't you give me something a little better to work with here?
Isn't it up to you to ask the right questions? I'm certainly willing to tell you all that I know. So if you truly are as capable as you claim, then draw out what you need yourself.
This is no time for your twisted games, Prosecutor Blackwell. Just admit you don't remember it all that well. Prosecutor Blackwell, watching you collude with the defense like this, I see that you are no prosecutor. Begone, witness. You shall haunt this sacred hall no more.
How dare you treat me as some evil spirit to be exorcised? I'll remember this, you blackguard.
Why? Okay. Don't worry, Prosecutor Blackwell. I've got this. I've got this. Would I have my way, he would not be the only one here to step down. You half-boiled putrid egg yolk. I object to the notion that I'm a gooey, smelly mess. Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony was like the lowly opening act of the Rakugo show. He may hold the title of prosecutor, but this time he stood on the side of the defense. To restore balance to this trial, I would like to present an actual witness for the prosecution.
And who is this witness?
The person who was with Prosecutor Blackwell when the body was discovered. She's another educator of the Tanado School, Miss Guru Tanado.
Oh. And here she is. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, she's a clown.
Hi.
Please state your name and occupation, witness.
Hello, everyone. I'm here to represent the Tanado School of the Twisty Twisty Twist.
I don't like her.
Ah, and balloon. There you have it, a stunning balloon hat. It's me, the balloon artist you all know and love, Guru Tanado. Just call me Guru, sweetie. 1, 2, balloon.
I don't like her. Well, what a way to capture your audience's attention. I dare say I can't take my eyes off those balloons.
Please tell me you're talking about the hat, Your Honor. Oh, Mr. Judge, I'm so glad you liked my performance. Would you consider joining my fan club? Pretty please.
Oh, absolutely.
And please save your fanboying for after the trial, Your Honor.
Anyway, Guru, I can't help but notice you seem awfully cheerful for having just lost your master.
Of course I'm sad. She would scold me if I did put on a big smile. Never show sadness. Smile, smile, smile. But twisty, twist, twist.
Is it a cake?
And balloon! There you have it. One gorgeous cake.
I see. I guess an entertainer's gotta do what an entertainer's gotta do. A balloon art's worse than a worship test. What?
Guru, you're obviously a balloon artist. So why did you come to be a member of the Rakugo school? Well, my father, my late father, that is, was a Rakugo artist, you see.
I see.
My father and I owe so much to Shishio, our master, but that Bucky went. Oh, how could he? I want to see him pay for what he's done as quickly as possible.
Your distress is entirely understandable, and my condolences for your loss.
And not only that, but he...
You have more to say about Mr. Wet?
Every time he comes to deliver soba to us, he yells at me. He always tells me to get away.
Is there any reason why he would say such a thing to you?
He says the smell of my perfume will get into his soba and ruin it. Like, how can you say that? This is a great scent.
How very rude of him. I don't blame you for being upset.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Please don't let Gru's balloons bias your judgment. Mr. Wood hasn't been proven guilty yet, has he? It'll be interesting to see how long that fire of yours will last, offense. Now then, Guru, please share the truth with this court.
Yes, Guru. Your testimony, please.
Dun, 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 dun. Before the murder was discovered. Sam and I were standing in the hallway in front of the dressing room. Before you and discovered the body, the only person who had gone in there was Bucky. Come to think of it, a little while before Bucky showed up, Judge Moo was barking like mad.
So the dog, I'm gonna guess.
Prosecutor Blackwell, do you have any objections to this witness's testimony?
No. Make up your bloody mind, sad monk, said Marty. First you exercise me, now this.
You need only do as you are instructed by this humble servant of the Holy Mother. As there are no objections, Your Honor, let us move on to the salvation of the victim's soul.
Hold it!
Hey, I'm the defense attorney here, Prosecutor, said Marty. I just might have an objection or two once I actually cross-examine the witness. So what are you asking Prosecutor Blackwell for? I'm the one you should be checking with. There is a passage in the sacred scriptures of Quranism. To stir the wind is beyond the power of a spring chick. In other words, the inexperienced are useless. With that in mind, it seemed more judicious to consult Prosecutor Blackwell.
Aha! He doesn't even see you as an adversary, Sykes Dono.
Well, I won't let either of you insult me. I'll show you I'm no inexperienced spring chick. Your Honor, I'm ready to cross-examine the witness.
I hope you can make Prosecutor Sadmati see you as a worthy adversary, Miss Sykes. I'll allow you to cross-examine, so you'd better strike while the iron's hot.
Before the murder was discovered.
Hold it!
So the murder must have happened sometime in those 20 minutes, correct? But 20 minutes isn't a lot of time, is it? I don't know. I mean, what do you want me to say? That's what happened, you know. Isn't that right, Simon?
Yes, Guru and I can both confirm that Master Tornado still lived at around 4 p.m.
Oh yeah, you can't you? See?
Hold it!
The fact that the two of you were there in front of the dressing room means you were able to see everyone who went in and out, right? Of course. Or are you insinuating that I was daydreaming or sipping while standing up for something? No, of course not. That's not everything I can tell you.
Fine. That's what you say anyway. Wait, did you really? Okay, I wonder. Hold on.
Divination sounds.
Objection!
Oh shit! I didn't. I was thinking that she was gonna, you know, pull out. Why didn't Simon say this? And she would have been like, and then someone would have been like, I just didn't think it was important.
Hold it!
Judge Moo. That's my doggy. I keep him at the theater. Let's see. With a twisty twist twist. Oh, ew. And balloon! There you have it. My cute little Judge Moo. He's kind of creepy looking. Oh, but he's a really, really good boy. And why was Judge Moo barking? Do you think it's because he saw someone suspicious? If so, then we'd have a new suspect in this case. Mr. Blackwell, come down to the stand for a sec, please. I knew it. How many times must I do this? You saw what Guru was talking about, right? So why didn't you mention it before? I can't be expected to remember every minute detail. But remember them now, please. Did Guru go out into the yard? To the yard. Yes, I remember now that she went to feed Judge Boo. And I saw her looking towards the dressing room quite frequently as well. Weird. Do you recall anything else? It looked as though she were feeding the dog a great quantity of dumplings or something. Judge Boo couldn't finish them all, so he buried the rest in a corner of the yard. That's about all I can remember. Signed statements updated in the court record. Well, looks like Gru was telling the truth. Your Honor, I'd like Gru's last statement added to her testimony. As you wish, defense. Is it the fact that she just said that?
Objection!
Yeah. So, you were able to keep an eye on the dressing room while you were out in the yard? Is that correct? That's right. The door out into the yard was wide open. Sorry, but that makes 0 sense. Take a look at this diagram of the backstage area. There's a clear contradiction between this diagram and the witness's testimony. Oh? Fred, I don't understand this, Sykes. Please point what contradicts the witness's testimony.
Take that!
What? Here, what exactly am I pointing at and or for? I mean, I know. Would it be like where she was?
Take that!
Oh my god.
Take that!
Where exactly do you want me to point this thing? This door?
Take that!
Oh, come the fuck on, it is.
Objection!
Well, that's on him. I wanted to go through this again. But I was seeing.
Take that!
Guru was in the yard near the doghouse. Prosecutor Blackwell even saw her there. And while she was out there, the door to the yard had been left open. Ah, I see. Yes, if the door to the yard was wide open, as Guru said, or as it was. It would have blocked her view, making it impossible for her to reach the dressing room. What? No way! But even if there were, admittedly, a few moments Guru was not keeping watch. How much would that really affect this case? It would greatly affect the case. From the spot Prosecutor Blackwell stood, he couldn't see the dressing room door either. Anyone could have entered the dressing room during that time without being seen. Guru? Why did you try to hide the fact that you weren't watching the dressing room? What? I...
Objection!
Hide the fact? You speak as though you think she had something to do with the murder. Rather than deliberate deception, it was more likely a simple oversight, right, witness? Well, I was so shocked by what happened. I was just confused, that's all. Even though she's trying to keep up a brave front as an entertainer. The truth is that she is being torn apart by grief. For her mind to be in turmoil is hardly unexpected. Yes, it must be very difficult indeed. To discipline one's master is akin to a real parent. Surely her shock is immense. The way this lawyer tries to pin the blame on this poor soul at the first opportunity. All I can say is, defense attorneys are heartless creatures indeed. But that wasn't what I was trying to do. Is it beyond your comprehension, defense? Your unskilled argument is scaring this witness for even further. And if we ask the people of this courtroom, I am sure they would agree. What? The gallery doesn't get a say in this. Are you afraid to find out that they think ill of you? Or that perhaps you are in the wrong? Listen to them now, with that keen sense of hearing that you are so That's right, that's harsh. Shouldn't have to go that far. I feel kind of sorry for the witness. Why is the lawyer's office so clever? No, just trying to find the truth. Why is the whole gallery setting with prosecutor body? The people understand. They know what is right and what is wrong. The lawyer is still in training, isn't she? Is she all by herself? I hear the voices of the gallery. I can hear the voices of their hearts. It's so intense. I feel so alone up here, fighting by myself. Are you afraid, child? It is ludicrous to come to trial with such paltry proportions to the soul. I command you to leave this courtroom at once. Give up. I have to. Keep pressing on. As long as there was a moment when nobody was watching the dressing room door, the defendant can't be convicted solely on Prosecutor Blackwell and Guru's testimonies. Even now, you'd continue to resist. You're childish in defeat as well, I see. You're not out of the court yet, Buster. Oh, shit. Despite your posturing, it's not true that your resolve could crumble at any moment. But with a little push, you would certainly succumb to despair. A little push such as this with a piece of conclusive evidence. Conclusive evidence, huh? That is correct. We found a critical piece of evidence at the scene of the crime. The victim's dying message, which clearly implicates the accused Bucky. Look at these Japanese playing cards known as Karuda lined up on the table. These special English verse Karuda cards. I spelled out a message. The message, wet no 4. Wet no 4? You mean wet noodle number 4? Yes, wet noodle number 4 is the fourth-headed chef of Wet Soba is also known. This points to none other than the accused Bucky Wet. No. That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Wow, great job, Mr. Prosecutor. Oh no, this is really, really bad. What do I do? Would you still carry on your futile fight in the face of this irrefutable evidence? You can say whatever you want, but you won't tell me. It is cruel to give the accused false hope. It will only compound his suffering. Wise people in the courtroom, do you not agree? That's right. It's cruel to make him suffer when there's no conclusive evidence. What can competent do? The victim and the defendant. What? Try to prove Mr. Watt's innocence here. I know you can hear them, defense. Their voices implore you to save the accused soul. It's time for you to let it go and move on. You an experienced lawyer. You lack the confidence with which to accomplish anything meaningful here. Is he right? Is this too much for me to handle on my own? What good is she doing anybody? She should just quit right now. Now, defense, leave everything to this humble servant of the Holy Mother.
Silence!
Is he joining my team? That'd be cool.
He's trying to use your keen sense of hearing against you to manipulate this trial, Athena. What a cheap trick for a supposedly holy man.
Simon! And you fuck-doodles in the gallery. Can't a man watch a trial in peace? Some experienced amateur's about to turn this trial around. Does that prosecutor really think she can turn things around? The mood in this courtroom is starting to change. Prosecutor Blackwell, what are you doing at the defense's bench? I'd be bored of watching from the gallery. Besides, if I were to leave this trial to the spring chick and lose my favorite soba shop in the process, I would be quite a cross. You voluntarily stand on the side of impurity and sin. Truly, what a fool you are. To think you were so easily manipulated by his parlor tricks. Whatever happened to qualified and capable Athena? I just let my guard down a little bit, but it won't happen again. Then gird up your loins and steel yourself for battle. I'm not girding up anything in this skirt, but I am ready to get serious. Seems there is now yet another soul that must cast down into hell. I was in prison for a long time, and hell sounds no worse than Sal, to be honest. Ah, but the fires of hell will not be the end of your suffering. For the sin you've just committed, you shall surely be reborn as a panda in your next life. A white and black reverse panda, that is. And you shall be put in a zoo to be exposed to public ridicule. A threat like that won't work on Prosecutor Blackwell. After all, he's already used to looking like a panda in this life. Who are you calling a panda? Sorry. I see that you are both prepared to face the fires of damnation. Guru, thank you for your service. You may step down now. Okie dokie. Bye-bye, buddy. I hated her. So much. Does everything have to be about balloons with her? Now then. I have a witness prepared to testify about the Karuta cards. And who is this witness this time? And who is? The first to discover the body, and someone who witnessed the crime scene firsthand. Mr. Uendo Tonedo. Time has come for that ponytailed pair over there to finally let it all go and move on. Very well. Let's bring in this witness then. He did it. Witness, please state your name and occupation. I am the Rakugo storyteller, Uendo. Even if my performance isn't worth watching, I will certainly watch my words. I wouldn't want to say anything thoughtless and get arrested. After all, that'd be a Raku no. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Hold it!
Can't leave yet. You only just introduced yourself. Oh my. Are you a fan of mine, miss? Would you like my autograph? One moment. Ow. What do you think you're doing? No need to stand on a ceremony. My fan deserves a fan after all. A fan for a fan, nice one, he. Oh, why, if it isn't Simon, how are you on this fine day, sir? Quite a deal of a pickle we both found ourselves in, wouldn't you say? I don't believe I've ever seen you talk quite so much, Uendo. Never performed in a place like this, you know. Pick up better place here, can't you see? Why do I always get the weird ones? Pardon me, witness. As much as I enjoy your banter, I believe we had better return to the case at hand. I suppose you're right. In that case, I was promoted to Photosoma yesterday and received the stage name to Uendo. The show was our way of celebrating my new name, middle of rank standing. And then that happened. Ha. I never dreamed something like that happened, not in a million years. And just as I got my chance to start repaying my debt to Shishio too. Yeah, plus I'm worried about Guru. The way she clung to Shishio. Shisho, poor thing, really cute. Stiff like Guru's waters. Keep telling those lame jokes and Shishio will scold you from the grave. I wouldn't mind getting yelled at, you know. About seeing him again. Uendo, please. As charming as your various characters are, this isn't a Rakugo stage. Let us hear your testimony now, witness. Tell the court about the evidence left at the scene, the proof of the accused's guilt. She shows dying message. Shisho's. I noticed Shisho's dying message right away. The stiff cards were right there next to the stiff, you see. Hey, now enough of this silly puns already. Anyway, I got the meaning right away. I knew it must have been talking about Bucky. That was the Master's final message, left as he was drowning in solo wrath. It's so like Shisho, not to write Bucky's name outright, plain and simple, wasn't his style. Well, that was certainly a more entertaining testimony than usual. The variety of characters performed by the witness was absolutely splendid. But he shouldn't be performing any characters in the first place, Your Honor. Innuendo. The murder weapon hasn't been determined yet. How can you say the victim was drowned in soba broth? It's obvious. All you have to do is look at the crime scene. He was found with his face shoved in a ball. It's only natural to assume he was drowned in the broth for the noodles. Except we're not here to assume things, you end up, so please stick to just the facts. My mind, it's not like a soba chef to kill someone this way, wouldn't you say? What the Karuta message left behind? It's clearly Bucky. What did it? Setting aside the issue of the murder weapon for now. That dying message certainly does seem to be irrefutable evidence. Indeed, it proves the absolute guilt of the accused. Even I've got to admit that I can't see how this message could mean anything else. Bucky is soba for the deed. I'll get it back from the soba shop deed. So this one makes Mr. White look super guilty. I have to do something.
That's his conclusive evidence. What a farce.
What do you mean, Simon?
What's this? I thought you said you weren't planning on asking me for help.
I did, and I won't. Thank you very much. Someone must have found an inconsistency in the testimony. Better listen carefully. Try to see what he found. Guards, do you spell out wet no 4, which could be interpreted as wet noodle number 4, I guess. Suppose you took this to mean Bucky Wet. There's only one wet noodle around here, and you've seen that giant 4 on his back. It's the only interpretation that makes sense. Yeah, I guess so. But wait a minute. What is it? There's another wet noodle in the area. What? Did I say something strange?
Bucky's the sole heir of the shop, so enough of the ludicrous straw grasping.
Hey, how was I supposed to know?
Just listen to the testimony again to find the glaring inconsistency.
But don't you think it's strange? Could a dying person really leave such a convoluted message? Even in the Thoreau's death, it was in Shisho's nature to throw in a twist somehow. Truly the consummate entertainer till the very end, don't you think? Is he really that great of a man, Simon?
It would have been no easy talk, to be sure. But who knows? He wasn't an entertainer for 55 years for nothing.
If I ever bite the big one like that, I want to leave a message as good as Shisho's. Hee. Well, let's hope it never comes to that. Simon, are all Rakugo artists like this?
It's odd to say. It could simply be the eccentricity of an entertainer, or perhaps he's hiding something.
Well, he doesn't have to entertain people in a court of law. And if he is trying to hide something, maybe it'll show up as a contradiction or something. Uendo, when you saw the cards on the table, what made you think that they were Master Taneda's dying messages? There was a coded message right there, next to the body. I'm sure anybody would have thought that they were, the nameless killer. I love murder mysteries and often watch them on TV. Oh, I see. Saw a similar scene during the murder mystery marathon last Tuesday. That's what made me think this must be a dying message. Okay.
Hold it!
Cards were on the table, your master's body was slumped over, right? You must have been surprisingly calm to notice them the first time. As I said, the stiff cards were right there next to the stiff, so they were hard to miss. But wouldn't it have been more natural to notice the victim rather than the cards? The message just caught my eye because the stiff cards were right there next to the stiff. Yes, but that fact hardly seems significant enough to make a person take note of them. Stiff cards next to the stiff. So basically, there was no real reason for them to catch your eye, was there? Oh.
Hold it!
That's right. I need you to give your testimony, not perform a scene. Please remember, you're on the witness stand, not the stage. But look at all these wonderful people in the audience. It's only actually fun to hear to having some fun. So we can let a few jokes slide, right? Ah. If you can have trouble bleeding if you're working in other areas of life, I know how that is. I find myself being unwittingly judgmental in my personal life, too. Right. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Well then, I guess you can't judge a judge by his cover. Ho, ho, ho. I advise the friends not to be so critical of the witness. Yes, Your Honor. It was wise, hee hee. So, yeah, that didn't do nothing.
Objection!
I didn't see it. Because he's not drowning, and so he's not drowning in the broth. Mr. Penn says there's nothing in the future. It is right here. It is right here. So the victim lined up those cards in his final moments. Maybe so certain that's how it went down. No, Shisha. He would never let someone get the last word on him, even in death. With his face in the sober breath and his consciousness fading away. He left a message that pointed towards Bucky as he left this world. It's really the only way it could have happened. Wait, the only way? Now you're just speculating. Look, the dying message is something you leave as you're dying, right? Saw a scene like that in a detective show.
Talk to them!
And we have a saying in my country, silence is more precious than diamonds. Please do not speak any more than is necessary. Talking is my livelihood, you know. I talk all the time, this and that, truths and untruths. I can't stop myself from talking. Hopefully he'll stick to the truths without any of those untruths. But it's right there! But he's not really drowning in it now, is he? But he's not! See, that's why I just don't understand it.
Objection!
He's not drowning in broth. But it's not.
Objection!
Of course. There's a contradiction in Uendo's testimony. And what do you kind of explain? Where, Psychs? Certainly, Your Honor. According to the autopsy report, nothing unusual was found in the victim's lungs. Ah, yes, it does say that, doesn't it? If he had drowned in a bowl of soda, then there should have been soda broth in his lungs. But since there wasn't any, it means the victim was suffocated with something other than soda broth. What? This is the contradiction you noticed, isn't it, Simon?
Not too bad. Not bad at all.
Guess I showed you. What if drowning in the soda broth wasn't the cause of death? Then when was the victim's face thrust into that bowl? I can tell that his face was thrust into the bowl. Because no soda broth was discovered in the victim's lungs. His head must have been placed into the bowl after he was killed. And that's soda broth must have been spilled into the cards sometimes. In other words, the victim could not have lined up the cards as he was dying. I see. Well, it was done after he was already dead. But why would the culprit do such a thing? I'm afraid I don't know yet.
Objection!
You boast of psychological expertise, yet you cannot determine such a simple motive. My sides are liable to split at the absurdity. What? I suppose you know why? Of course. Desecrating the body in that manner indicates a strong sense of enmity on the part of the... Yep, okay. Yes, that does make sense. It certainly paints a clear picture of the culprit's intense feelings towards the victim. Feelings of resentment over the theft of a soba shop's deed, no doubt. Just great. Oh, the judge has an even more unfavorable impression of Buckley.
Silence!
Must you come undone in every junction? If the culprit had time enough to set up Master Tornado's body, do you think they wouldn't honestly fail to notice the dying message?
Good point. The cards were right in front of his body, after all. Rationally speaking, there's no way the culprit could have missed that, huh?
Objection!
Oh, but was he accused at some time given the way he started?
Silence!
Never mind that. I have something more important to ask you, Endo.
Me?
You saw the Kurita cards firsthand, did you not? Would you care to tell us about them in a bit more detail? Those tiny crime scene photos show us precious little of what I wish to know.
Well, those cards are from Shisha's special Soba Seeds of Tokyo Path set. Each card is related in some way to Soba.
Spare me the history lesson. Just tell me how the cards looked at the scene, and no more.
Well, there was soda broth spilled all over them. That's not much help, I'm afraid. Prosecutor Sanmai, do you have a photo that shows the cards more clearly? I do. Please accept this meager offering, Your Honor. Oh my! What delightful-looking cards!
Well. Take Rescue aside, Monk's conclusive evidence apart, she agrees with this.
Huh?
Don't tell me you haven't noticed.
Don't be silly. Of course I have. Is there anything? I can't exactly say that now, can I? Besides, do you really see a problem with the prosecution's claims about these cards?
Go on then.
Alright, let's do or die. All I have to do is study the picture and... these cards! These cards are rearranged. Wow, how could you tell? The lines of the soba. Let's take a good look at these cards, Your Honor. The answer is right in front of us. Where exactly should we be looking, Miss Sykes? Yeah. Please focus your attention on the soba broth stains in the cards. The outlines of these stains don't match up with the larger stains on the table. Oh, would you look at that? You're absolutely right. And? Please recall that the soba broth was spilled and got on the cards after the murder. The victim's face was planted in the bowl. Yes, go on. By the stains, we can see that the culprit deliberately rearranged the cards after that. In other words, this message was altered in order to pin the crime on my client. What? That if we put the cards back in their original positions. We can restore the evidence and see who the cards were really pointing towards. If that's true. Okay. Then what are we waiting for? Let's do this. All I have to do is rearrange the cards so that the stains match up. Let's see, where was this W card originally?
Stains so magically place that card there. Do you not see that? Are those ridiculous bangs obscuring your vision?
Dude, you don't have to be so rude about it. Whatever. Try again. I'm an idiot. That's the white part. Duh. Perfect. Okay, the H card is next. Let's see, what was this H card? Yes. Now the E card. Perfect match. So it's the T card. This is right there. Now the N card. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. Now O. Let's see. Where's this O card originally? Nice. Almost done now. Last card is 4. Let's see. Where's this 4 card originally?
Take that!
So the message, wet no 4, was originally supposed to say, oh and 4th. And this original message included the identity of the true culprit. What?
That indigent look upon your side monk's face is positively priceless. This is absurd.
So it was originally 0 and 4th? It wasn't wet no 4. Maybe we were smarter than we thought. Order in the court. Well, I never would have imagined that there was more to these cards than meets the eye. Okay. So now that that's settled, what does this 0 and 4th mean? Wait, am I...
What else do you suppose to provide an explanation? Of course it's you.
But I hadn't thought that far yet.
Change the cards around all you'd like, but if you cannot explain what the message means, then it is as worthless as you are, defense.
No.
And so the spring chick that fancies itself a graceful swan is brought back down to life. To do something, but what? Everything. Still, your thoughts for a second. There's a perfectly good witness to question over there.
Oh, right. That's a good idea. Come on, Athena. Get a hold of yourself. Wendell, does the phrase 0 and 4th mean anything to you? No, there's no one named Owen in the Tornado family. Or circle of friends. Go ahead, ask anybody you'd like. Can't be serious. Having rummaged through your empty mind, I see you have, as suspected, turned up nothing.
Silence! I'm afraid I have no idea who the devil this 0 and 4th is either. But the fact remains that the cards were rearranged to pin the blame on Mr. Wet. That in and of itself proves that the defendant isn't the real culprit.
Prosecutor Blackwell's right. Besides, the important question here is not who does the message point to, but rather who rearranged the cards.
Yes. Why didn't you point that out earlier if you already knew?
Sorry. In any case, there were 2 opportunities for someone to rearrange the cards. First was when Mr. White entered the dressing room, and the second was when Innuendo discovered the body. Are you accusing me of rearranging the cards? Me? You came to testify out of the goodness of my heart?
Well, you didn't exactly come running out screaming straight away, did you? Even a mere 2 or 3 minutes is more than enough time to get out to some devilry. So what exactly were you doing in there, Uendo? Put down the tea and spit out your answer.
Beep, Mr. Prosecutor. What's a guy supposed to do at a time like this? Silence is more precious than diamonds, a witness. Therefore, you need only stay silent. The defense is devious. They are waiting for you to make a slip of the tongue. Oh, I see. So that's what they're after, is it? In that case, Your Honor, I've decided not to say another word. Very good, after all. Your right to remain silent is protected by law. Well, Prosecutor Blackwell, any other brilliant ideas you'd like to share?
Ha 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 ha! Did you hear that, Sykes, Dono? A Rakugo artist is afraid to speak. Who's ever heard of such a thing?
Are you trying to taunt him into talking? Such a petty trick will never work.
That's right. I'm not gonna fall for it. I'm only asking to hear your story. Besides, is it not your job to tell your tales if there is an audience to listen?
Even so, I have the right to refuse the answer.
The more you keep quiet, the more we want you to talk. That's simply human nature. Isn't that right, people of the gallery? This wonderful audience in front of you, you still refuse to talk. If so, then perhaps you chose the wrong line of work, my friend.
Are you saying I should quit? Because I'm not afraid to speak my mind, I'll have you know.
Oh no, never mind what I just said. This scary talk. It's absolutely terrifying.
But now, as a Rakugo artist, I must talk. If I don't, how can I ever show my face on stage again? Your Honor, I'm ready to testify.
He did it. I just convinced Uendo with the power of a suggestion technique. Only for you, Uendo, that's a real Rakugo artist should be. All right. If the witness wishes to testify, then by all means, please do.
To be turned by such an obvious ploy, what a man of weak spirit.
It's called Spirit of Justice. And the dressing room.
I think before I went to visit Shisho. I called to him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. When I entered the dressing room, I saw Shisho slipped over the nail, motionless. From what I can tell, there do not appear to be any inconsistencies in the testimony. Of course there aren't any. Because I'm not trying to hide anything.
Oscar said Marty's right. I don't see anything inconsistent either.
I did pick up on some fate discord in Uendo's heart. Oh! Ponder all you would like, defense. But it is pointless. Your Honor, I believe there is no need for further deliberation.
I disagree, Your Honor. I detected discord in the voice of the witness's heart. That's a clear indication Uendo is facing sort of inner turmoil. Are you saying what I think you're saying, Miss Sykes?
Yes, Your Honor. The defense would like to conduct a quick therapy session with this witness.
Objection! I love these.
Uendo, there is no need for you to submit to this so-called therapy. It's fine by me. I have nothing to hide. Bring it on. Impetuous fool. Why will you not listen to the guidance of his humble servant of the Holy Mother?
If the witness wishes to proceed, I see no problem, prosecutor. If in one ear and out the other. Seems this performer has no need for your so-called guidance, prosecutor Sad Monk.
Just know this, Uendo. Your folly will surely earn you divine retribution. Thanks, Simon. I'm gonna make the most out of this opportunity you created for me.
Just keep your wits about you.
I will. Uendo, could you tell us again about what happened in the dressing room? Beep. Bloom. Beep. Alright. Window, I'm noticing something strange with these motions. Something stranger with cheesy toad skin. No, something strange with these emotions. Maybe I've heard something stranger with cheesy toad skin. I don't know. Maybe it's me who got some cheese in my ears. Maybe will the floor open up and swallow his cushions out of shame for that bad joke? The point is I'm trying to make is that I noticed something unexpected in your emotions. So stop hiding and come out where I can see you. Bailiff, please bring the witness a few replacement cushions. What the fuck? So what was this unexpected thing you noticed? Oh, come on. It's not just a few cushions, not a few dozen. Now that we've all had a good laugh, please continue, Miss Sykes. Who's laughing? Ugh, focus, Athena. Let yourself get rattled. When you entered the room and saw your master slumped motionless over the table, you weren't the least bit shocked, Uendo. Don't you think that's a little odd? Is it, though? The lack of surprise means you were prepared for what you saw. And I think I know why. The reason Uendo wasn't shaken when he saw his master's dead body is because... Yeah, the goats. Uendo, I think maybe the reason you weren't shaken was because you already knew you would find your master dead. What kind of a thing is it to say? You've got it all wrong. Oh, right. I just remembered something. I thought Shisha was just sleeping when I first saw him. Hee. Oh, halfway through. You thought he was sleeping. Sounds plausible, but... What made you think he was asleep? Well, he had his head and arms up on the table as if he were taking a nap. Oh, and one other thing. There was that note, too. A note? What note? Ah, he must be talking about this. Appears to have been written by the victim. Allow me to read it. Resting, do not disturb. Yes, that's the note I saw. After reading that, who wouldn't think Shisha was napping? That is a pretty reasonable assumption. You've got to be kidding me. That's right. I saw this note, so that's why I thought Shisha was asleep. I want to change my testimony to include that statement. Alright, I'll run an update. Uendo, I noticed something funny in your emotions again. Funny, you say? I guess an entertainer of my caliber can make people laugh even with my emotions. I didn't mean that kind of funny. Quite the opposite, actually. When you entered the dressing room, I see that you suddenly felt anger. What I want to know is, what made you feel angry all of a sudden? What? Let's see. Oh yeah, now I remember. As I was going in, I whacked my little piggy on something. I was annoyed at my own clumsiness, hee hee. Wait, you mean you stubbed your pinky toe? Just a little bump, my little piggy. No big deal. It's embarrassing, really. Sounds more like he's hiding something. I'd better dig a bit deeper. No need to be embarrassed, Uendo, but I'm afraid it's something we do need to look into. I don't really see anything you could have stubbed your toe on. You're around the dressing room door in this picture. But maybe there was something there at the time? Uendo, what exactly did you stub your toe on?
Objection!
What an irrelevant question. You dishonor the soul of the victim with these unnecessary delays. You tell her, really, who doesn't stub their toes every once in a while? You really gotta fuss over every small detail like this? Well, the thing is... Even the most subtle of fluctuations in a person's psyche can clue us in on the truth. That's why it's important to get to the bottom of this question. Also, the fact that I new insult Simon will hurl my way. Is there really no trace left of what Uendo stubbed his toe in by the door? Well, it might have been there then, but it's not now. I just noticed the tables moved.
Take that!
Wait a minute. It does appear that something hit the table and moved it. The window said he subbed his toe as he was entering the dressing room. Yeah, and that table looks pretty far from the door. What bumped on the table also be a clue what Uendo stubbed his toe on? Careless answers will only hurt us here. So think carefully before you speak again. Right. Oh, cool. Okay. Please don't tell me it's this.
Take that! Take that!
What would it have been?
Take that!
Let's take a good look at this photo of the crime scene. Do you see it? Oh, is that a TV outline? So why don't trick us from the door all the way across the room? Oh, I didn't see that. I guess I did, but I didn't. Now that you mention it, I do see trace of something getting dragged. And these drag marks end. There at the TV. This implies the TV was originally by the door. I'm convinced that this TV is the object the witness stubbed his toe on. Well, Uendo, how about that? Yes, you're right. It was the TV. There. The noise level dropped again. Yes, I stubbed my pinky toe on the TV. What of it? Why is it so important to you? So, the noise went down, but it hasn't completely disappeared yet. Which means he's still hiding something. Okay, then let's try this tactic instead. Uendo, why was the TV moved there? Shisho must have moved it there so we could watch my routine. But what a place to put it. Right in the middle of the doorway like that. I didn't want to bump into it again, so I put it back to where it belonged. Performances on stage can be viewed in the dressing room using that TV. That's right. It's a closed circuit monitor that shows the stage. I see. Now what? Can't find anything else out of the place. Still haven't gotten the noise level down to 0 yet. Simon, I'm still getting noise here, but don't see anything else fishy. This is precisely why amateurs are such a bother. Sorry. I'm in no mood to play nursemaid here, but if that's what it takes to save the soba shop. Hoi, Uendo. Here's a curiosity for you. This table master Tonido is slumped over. Looks like it was moved. Did you happen to bump into it while you were moving the TV back? Oh my, yes, you're right. TV hit the table and Shisho's body moved with a jolt. That's when I first realized that Shisho was dead. Oh, but how scared I was. I see. Thank you. We're finally getting a more precise picture of how the body was discovered. But I'd wager you need to put the spurs on you, Endo, just a little trifle longer. Right. Keep asking Simon to bail me out like this. It's time for me to regain my footing and really stand on my own. Endo, what you just said now about discovering your master's death. Could you please describe all of that again for the court in detail? Alright. Before you do, let me just plug in the latest information. That's odd. After the initial shock of finding the victim dead, you reacted with surprise again. What was it that surprised you, Endo, besides your master's death? Well, what do you mean? What's more, you were even more surprised the second time than the first. What could have surprised you more than finding your late master? To search me, your little thing, you must have made a mistake.
Silence! The girl is as sharp as a trout, to be sure. But her ability to hear people's emotions is absolute. Now, get to remembering, Endo. What was it that surprised you?
That was a compliment, right? Well, What? No, we've pushed him too hard, and now he's mentally all over the place. His emotions are completely out of control. Out of control.
Care to explain how that's relevant?
You know how normally I listen for the hidden emotions in a witness's voice, right? From there, I look for inconsistencies between their testimonies and those emotions. But sometimes a person's feelings can run too high, making it hard to get proper readings.
So that's how your Matrix program works. Fascinating.
Ordinarily, it's just one emotion that runs out of control. But it seems there's nothing ordinary about this time. I knew it.
What's got you and knickers all in a bunch now?
The window has multiple emotions running out of control at the same time. I've never seen anything like this, ever.
So how does one bring a situation like this back under control?
I'll have to find the root cause of this tangled mess before I can treat him. I can identify what is causing this emotional rampage, and I can probe to dive even further. I need to pinpoint what I think is the root cause and hit probe again. Through this process, I can identify exactly what's causing Window so much distress.
And that'll help us bring his emotions back under control. In that case, let's get started, shall we?
Alright, can't guarantee success, but it's definitely worth a shot. Time to look for the root causing Window's rampaging emotions. It's the cards.
Got it!
They probably spelled like something that he knew. I get it now. The cards were the root of it all. Don't try to deny it. You can't hide your feelings from me. The dying message that was left at the scene of the crime is what was causing your stress. And if the dying message was the cause of all those feelings, then that means the phrase Owen Fourth must mean something to you. Oh shit, we did it. There. Noise level 0. Finally.
Talk to them.
The dying message consists of 2 words, Owen and Fourth. But neither of these 2 words have anything to do with the witness. This topic warrants no further argument. Sure, there may not seem to be any direct connection between Uendo and the message. For now. Well, why don't you wait and decide what's necessary after you hear my theory?
Trust you hit upon something, Athena.
Yep, my theory is right. We can finally solve the case of Uendo and the mysterious Owen Fourth.
Go on then.
I can already tell this promises to be interesting. Now, please share your theory with the court, Miss Sykes. There was something puzzling to me about Uendo's out-of-control emotions this night. Namely, that there were 3 distinct reactions present. I had never seen that before, and I wondered how it could be possible. Is there a conclusion to this meandering nuisance? Whatever. Hold your horses, I'm getting there. So, could a person flip between 3 distinct emotions of such intensity like a switch? And I concluded that it just wasn't possible.
So that's it, is it? A bit unconventional, but I'll grant that it is possible within the realm of psychology.
Within the realm of psychology? I'm afraid you'll have to explain it for the old man up here on the bench. With so many distinct personas, it's clear to me that Uendo is dissociative identity disorder. What does that even mean? Your Honor, the defense would treat this trial as a child's jest. Multiple personality disorder? A preposterous proposition indeed. Would you not agree, witness? How did you know? How did you figure it out? Shit. Pocona. Can't believe it. I did it. I did it, Simon. Read the papers on it before. I think I'd see a case of it for myself.
Blimey. Bakugo artists tell stories as different characters, but it's just different personalities.
Hey, you lawyer girl. Got a problem with us, huh? No. No problem at all. This is all very hard to believe. But now that we've established that the witness has multiple personalities, could each of them please introduce themselves to this court? Uendo Tanado. I'm a Rakugo storyteller here. As a oh. Hello, everybody. Patches, the friendly tester here. Hee hee. Kisagwa, courtesan. And is that all of you? Yes, that's all of us. So there are 3 personalities in total. Uendo, Patches, and Kisagawa, huh? Well, Simon, what do you think now?
That you're one lucky duck. Just be glad they were dense enough to help you out.
Did you just straight up say I did great for a change? Hey. You appear to be quite proud of your self-defense. But all you have done is infringe upon the privacy of the witness. I couldn't disagree more, prosecutor. Now that we know there are 3 personalities, a new way for us to interpret the meaning of a certain piece of evidence has arisen.
A new interpretation?
Oh, now I'm very curious. What's this piece of evidence you're talking about, Miss Sykes? Knowing what we know about Uendo and his personalities, this now makes perfect sense.
Take that!
The Karuna cards. That's right, Your Honor. Recall the original dying message left at the scene. We didn't have a clue as to what Owen Fourth could have possibly meant. But now, with this new information about Uendo and his personalities, isn't it possible that Owen Fourth actually means a secret 4th personality in Uendo's? A personality named Owen? What? Okana. Uendo must have kept his dissociative identity disorder from us because he didn't want us to be associated in any way with that dying message. No, that's not why. Kept that disorder a secret for a different reason altogether. We've been picking attacks of our affliction throughout the years. If word got out well, our reputation as a Rakugo artist would be tarnished, is what the Totoro name. That's why we kept it a secret from everyone, except members of the Tanado school. Tanado school. Really, there's no fourth personality. Just the three of us in here.
A plausible enough sounding story. But it doesn't prove you didn't rearrange the cards, does it?
But
Shut it up!
we'll concede that it is highly likely that the witness rearranged the cards. Is Professor Satomati actually agreeing with us? However, is it not also possible that the accused killed Master Tanado? And then left that message in order to frame the witness. And upon noticing the cards when he found the victim's body, Uendo rearranged them.
Silence! A fantastic tale, but a tale nonetheless. No one outside the Tornado school knew about Uendo's multiple personalities. Uendo just finished saying so himself.
That is true, but ultimately meaningless point. The witness was only in the one in the dressing room for 2 to 3 minutes. That's far too little time to commit murder, wouldn't you say?
Objection!
Then who's to say he couldn't have done it before his discovery?
Objection!
That spring chicken memory of yours. Have you already forgotten Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony? Simon's testimony? Oh. That's right. Until just a few moments before Uendo entered the dressing room, Taifu Tanado was confirmed to be still alive. No. Not only that, but Uendo was on stage until just before he discovered the body. A bulletproof alibi that I've already confirmed with several audience members. Oh, no! I also heard that his Rakugo performance that day was a steaming pile of... Well, you get the picture. Yes, I'm afraid I really stuck up the stage, I did. Hee. And just have a perfect alibi. Indeed, why not land the coup de grace on the defense by describing your alibi witness? Doki Smokey.
Uendo's alibi.
I was on stage just moments before I went to the dressing room. The entire audience is my witness. My performance was a huge mess. Not a single soul laughed. I'll never be able to live down how terribly I bombed her at a very important show. Uendo was on stage before he found the body, so he could not have committed this crime. It is time to let it all go, defense, and move on. Get this, Prosecutor Satomati. The Red Anything Agency never gives up. We fight to the bitter end. Allow me to say this once more. Let it go and move on. And allow me to say it once more. I'm never giving up. Let it go and... Never! No. This is pointless. You should have taken advantage of this opportunity while you could, you foolish child. Your worthless convictions only serve to prolong the accused's suffering. If words will not sway you, then perhaps pain will. Oh no, anything but this.
サトライマをマンドのさましで足し抜けたら合戦をするか
What's the big idea, Prosecutor Satomati? That was with a small dose of punishment for your misguided convictions. Are you now a bit more inclined to give up as instructed? As if... In that case, you must require another dose. Oh, yeah!
Not bloody likely. I don't give two flips about your beliefs. But if Psych Dono were to submit to you here, I want to be able to eat good soba anywhere.
That's right. For Mr. Wet's future and Prosecutor Blackwell's stomach. We'll never give up. We will rue those words, defense. Of that I can assure you. Okay.
Hold it! Hold it!
For example, were the lights dimmer than usual? Were there any problems or accidents? Not a thing. Everything was the same as always. Mr. Prosecutor, you questioned the audience, didn't you? Yes, of course. Apparently nothing seemed amiss to them except, well, one small thing. One small thing? Oh, so embarrassing. I tried my best. Really, I did.
Hold it!
Do you have any idea on what went wrong? I'm not sure if it was my performance or if it was just that particular audience. Or maybe it was the story I picked. But every entertainer knows that this kind of thing happens from time to time. I guess that makes sense. Still, I wonder how he could have flopped his own commemorative show. Maybe we should dig into things a bit more. Could you tell us which Rakugo story you performed? I could, but I'm not sure if it would mean anything to the uninitiated. Well, even if I might not get it, can't you at least try me? Alright, if you insist. The story I performed is called Takisoba, otherwise known as Time Soba. Yup, okay, I got it. Time Soda, huh? Soba. Maybe Windows right. He's only said the name of the routine and I'm really lost. So you performed Time Soba, did you? What? You know what, Prosecutor Samadhi? In the course of my studies last night, I became familiar with a number of stories. On side defense, you would do well to prepare better for your next trial. Simon, what's Time Soba about? Look it up yourself. Allow me to give an overview. The story takes place on a winter's night. A man orders a bowl of soba at a street stall. How you doing, sir? What can I get for you? So you've got seaweed topped hanamaki soba and mixed topping shippoku soba. I'll have a bowl of shippoku, my good man. Sure it's cold tonight, is it? But there's nothing like a hot bowl of noodles and soup to warm the soul. The note said, one shippoku coming right up. So, how's business? Not so great, sir. So, well, it's great because things can only get better from here, right? Wow, Prosecutor. Customer talks on and on like this. Finally, when he's done eating, he goes to pay for his soba. How much do I owe you? That'll be 16 mon, sir. Let's see, sorry, but I only have small change of it. Count the coins in your palm, so could you hold up your hand for me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, what time is it? It's 9, sir. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And bye. Very well done, Prosecutor Somebody. That was excellent. Huh? I don't get it. What's so funny about that? But you see, customer paid with coins, counting them out one by one. Then just after counting 8, he asked about the time. Some of them answered with 9. Oh, now I get it. Then the vendor said 9, and then he continued counting from 10. Exactly. He cheated the sober vendor out of 1 mon with a smooth talk. The story continues with another man who saw the whole thing and tries to do the same. He bungles the trick and ends up paying more than 16 mon for a soba. The story ends on that isn't the punchline. You can look up the rest of the details yourself. Or I'm sure Prosecutor Sad Monk over there would love to perform it for you after court. So basically, it's a story about a man cheating on a soba bill. It's kind of petty, isn't it? Is that really odd thing to say about this classic story? Time Soba is such a well-known staple of Rakugo. The skill of the art.
Objection!
Fine, so you studied a lot. Do we have the time for a lecture detour right now, Professor Sadly?
Oh, I wanted to hear a little more, but I suppose it is off topic. Getting back to the matter at hand, Miss Sykes, the witness stated that the rap warden, it's called Tokisoba, otherwise known as Time Soba. Would you like to add this testimony? Yep. Yes, Your Honor, I'll let that be added. Very well.
Objection!
Yuendo, isn't there something odd about the routine you performed? Odd? No, I don't think there's anything odd about it. But that's exactly what I find odd. The fact that you don't think is odd.
Objection!
We're discussing the witness's alibi at the moment, defense. The show's program is completely irrelevant.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong, Prosecutor said body. The reason being contradicts the statement the witness just made. Yuendo, do you know what this is? No. What is it? This is an invitation to the show sent from Master Tunado to Prosecutor Blackwell. Included in the invitation is a rundown of the show's program, which clearly states that Tensobo is to be performed by him. No. Yuendo, why did you perform the routine your master was scheduled to do? Well, you see, the reason for that is... How do I say this? See, let's say it was a, right? That's right, it's just a little joke, you see. That's where she showed up performing the routine for you. How about Bible? You look at the routine, just for laughs, or... Hey, didn't Simon happen to hear Time Soba come from the dressing room? And you went to performance on stage. Seems like too much of a coincidence. What's the matter? You look like a hen with a dozen eggs tonight. Stop comparing me to birds. Ceases bird, we're intimidated. If something has occurred, you can lay it out for us already. A grin and resentment of those watching the performance. Okay. I don't have a ton of confidence in this theory, but it goes. Yeah, it looks like Yuendo's alibi checks out, Your Honor, but even though he was on stage at the time, we have been trying to obfuscate a crucial detail about the you're referring to? That Sobaville, the man tried to skip on the witness's story? Let's talk about the Bakugo story, Your Honor. Oh, I'm sorry, but that is all I'm talking about this time. What Yuendo may have been trying to deceive us about was... Yuendo tried to deceive us about the time of the victim's death. What?
Objection!
What gibberish. Prosecutor Blackwell even testified at the time of the victim's death. I know. But he only testified that way because he and Gru had been completely taken in. You mean? At the Sobaville thing? Can you please forget about the story for a second, Your Honor? I was deceived. Pray tell, how did Yuendo manage to deceive two people while he was performing on stage? It's easy. All you do is use a certain prop in the dressing room. Oh, and what might that be? I don't know.
Take that!
Oh. I don't know. This?
Take that!
Is that not considered a prop? The TV!
Take that!
This TV was used to view what was happening on the stage. Prosecutor Blackwell, when you came to the dressing room, what was Uendo doing?
He was performing the Soba. Last could it be?
Yes, it could, and it was. The young guru I heard was not Master Tonedo practicing his routine. His Uendo's performance is heard through the TV's monitor speakers. What? The TV just inside the inner door of the dressing room. It can easily be heard from the hallway outside.
Because we knew that Master Tonedo was scheduled to perform Time Soba. We were easily manipulated into thinking he was still alive at the time, rehearsing.
Yes. Your knowledge of today's program is why the two of you pulled this way. Knowledge. Simon, did the voice you hear belong to Master Tonedo?
But there was no way I couldn't tell exactly who the voice belonged to. But because I heard Time Soba, I just assumed it was Master Tonedo. I can't believe I was taken in by such a simple mind game.
Objection!
All of that is mere conjecture. Where is your proof?
Objection!
Uendo moved the TV back when he discovered the body. For all, he couldn't very well leave by the door. Because then someone might figure out the trick he was playing. And there's one more thing about Uendo's actions that's suspicious. Yeah, that is. How could he flop so badly on such an important occasion? What's so suspicious about that? He grows up once in a while, you know. But I believe that this time it was intentional. Because Uendo knew it was strange to hear laughter coming from the dressing room. Mine! Thanks. Oh, this is a bit too perfect to be sheer coincidence. Plus, if the voice prosecutor Blackwell and Guru heard was due to Uendo's scheming, then the victim's time of death could have been earlier than 4 p.m. In other words, Uendo could have killed Master Tonedo himself.
We've got you by the stones now, Uendo, so you better confess everything.
Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself? Demand an explanation. Uendo! I confess. I tampered with the crime scene. Is it the defense's claim that Uendo Tonedo is the true murderer in the case? If he tampered with the crime scenes, then we have to at least consider him a suspect. Now wait just one moment. Yes, I admit to messing with the dressing room, but I didn't kill Shisho. Then why did you tamper with the crime scene? I refuse to answer that question. What?
Shut to them!
If you suspect this witness, then I have a question for you. Could it be this time? Uendo had absolutely no reason to murder Taifu Tonedo. After all, why would Uendo kill the man who recognized his skills and promoted him? Oh, well, his motive was, can't think of a single thing. It appears you are also not aware of one other fact. And that is, the accused visited the dressing room before 4 p.m. as well. Is it not natural then to suppose that the accused killed the victim at the time? What? Nobody told me Mr. Wett had also gone there before 4 p.m. We were only discussing the time frame after 4 p.m., so I didn't think to mention it. But now that you have made the time period before 4 p.m. relevant. Don't look where this is going. So, you really do not know what your client was doing for the time frame, do you? Well, it was all very sudden, you know. Why did you wait until the very last second to contact me, Simon?
Don't you give me that look. And just so you know, Bucky never told me he had visited the master before 4 p.m. earlier.
This sort of thing is exactly why the prosecutor keeps telling us to be prepared. That's what's up, squabbling, since I... Sorry, Your Honor. Prosecutor Submani, please continue. Thank you, Your Honor. You know the soap making implements the dressing room, correct? He's talking about the equipment for making soap noodles.
You speak of that large bowl that is used to mix buckwheat flour and water. Along with the special knife that is used to cut through the dough and the noodles.
Precisely. These tools all came from the accused soba shop. They belong to Master Taneda. Mr. Wet has also visited the dressing room to give the victim a soba-making lesson, and that visit was before 4 p.m. I'm afraid that after the accused kneaded the dough and made these noodles. Committed the act of murder. But wait, doesn't add up. Mr. White killed the victim before 4 p.m. Why would he return to the room at a later time? Easier. Soba, here, keep your computer while he comes to noodles. Oh my!
I am a chickie. I assign me. The reason I went back is because Master told me to wait, I cooked noodles.
Mr. Wet.
Jewish murder at 2 p.m. As he was telling me to order uncooked noodles so that noodles stocked up on.
Uncooked noodles to stock up on.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Tattoo kept a supply of soba noodles from the shop in his fridge. Sure, so I went back to my shop to get some more.
I'm serving noodles in the fridge, but the fridge is practically empty. Anyway, the whereabouts of the missing noodles isn't all that important now.
You ran into me, Guru, when he came back to deliver that cooked soba, correct? That's right, son. I made the time out of my busy day to deliver with the noodles. You ignored me when I called him from the doorway. You just give him a rocky line noodles for ages, so I got mad and went back to my soba shop.
Oh, so that's why you got mad. If you're saying it's true, then there's no way he could be the murderer.
I swear I'm telling the truth, this chick out.
Prepare left quick, get this man to the infirmary. You fucking idiot. Well, I dare say he's quite the handful. Your Honor, please accept the statements Mr. Wet made just now into evidence.
Objection!
I believe the accused's statement about going into the room at around 2 p.m. is true. What falls within the victim's estimated time of death. That opens up the possibility that the crime was committed between 2 and 4 p.m. That's some critical information. Yes, Your Honor. But other than one point, Mr. Wet's statements are dubiously and
Objection!
Yes. They are also words of the defendant himself. Simon, back me up here.
He has a point. If I were the prosecutor, I wouldn't accept them either.
Well, I understand the defense's feelings on the matter. This court is unable to accept anything other than the time the defendant made his visit. Now what do I do? I trust you have no further objections, defense. At last, the time has come to send the soul of the victim onward to the Twilight Realm.
Silence!
What do you gather out about Prosecutor Sadmo? We still have something that we need to question you about.
We do? Like what?
Well, don't just stand there.
But we don't have any evidence left to present.
Have you forgotten already? Isn't there still a hidden witness you have yet to question?
A hidden witness? Oh, that's right! Your Honor, there's still one more issue we haven't finished discussing yet. Oh? And what is this bit of unfinished business? Going forth. We haven't finished discussing this issue related to Uendo. We still have to discuss the possibility of a fourth personality, the one named Owen. You're suggesting that this fourth personality of Uendo's might be the true culprit. Jeez, not that again. I told you we don't know anything about this Owen. Look, Uendo, I know you don't have any motive to kill your master, but this Owen may have one for all we know.
Come clean now, Uendo. You've got another personality you stashed away, haven't you?
Just tell us everything you know about Owen.
That's enough. The witness has already stated that he knows not of any Owen character.
Bravo, you tell him, Mr. Prosecutor.
Hey, Patches. You claim you don't know Owen when you really do. Let's take him out to prison.
You want to exercise your right to remain silent, however, well, that's a different story. You have to listen to this depraved prosecutor witness. You will be tainted with his evil. Do you have any idea how dark and cold the prison cell is? I exercise my right to remain silent. What's this now? Changing voices in midstream. Just shut up. I will remain silent. That's it. Patches, you fool. You stay out of this. Not the greatest bulb in the box you call that noggin, is he? The fact that he switched from I don't know any other to I will remain silent. Proof that he does know about Taylor. There it is again. Silence formidable psychological manipulation tactic. Sure glad he's on my side.
Objection!
You truly despicable, depraved prosecutor. We're leaving the witness. Witness, there was no need for you to submit yourself to the defense's questioning.
Objection!
Your Honor, Yuendo is definitely hiding something. Please allow me to question this witness about the existence of Owen. I suppose only this witness can confirm or deny the existence of Owen for us. Very well, I will allow the defense to proceed. Grr, Kana. About Owen. Never met any personality named Owen. Patches was just blurting out nonsense in a panic. I was aware, so we definitely noticed if a personality like that showed up. Do you treat me like a criminal based on mere conjecture? Wow. This is a deal with the testimony of 3 personalities. Unless you can prove the existence of Owen here, it's all over. You best screw your courage to the sticking place and attack the testimony head on. Alright, I will. Just stop. I have to draw out some info. Anything to drag Owen out into the open.
Hold it!
Matt, huh? Is that how you experience each other? Like people meeting on the street? Well, it's more like all 3 of us are always here. And the personality that's most suited to the moment is the one that comes out. So when you're out, Yuendo, what are the other 2 doing? Well, we never know when our turn will come, right? So we stand by and listen. So that means all 3 of you share the same memories? I never really thought about that, but I guess that's right. I see. Thank you. Please continue.
Hold it!
Patches, can I have a word with you, please? Why hello, he rang. You said at first that you didn't know anybody named Owen, but then you exercised your right to remain silent. Were you afraid of committing perjury? Well, you see... I'll take over from here if you don't mind. Listen, I hate to say it, but Patches is about as smart as a sack of rocks. You grill him with a bunch of high-flaunting words, he's gonna want to keep silent. I see. So, looking after loose-tongued Patches. It's your role, is it, Miss Kisagawa? Well, I don't know about that, but anyway. I do know that Patches was just flustered. That's why he said to remain silent. You're always aware, so we definitely noticed when a personality like that showed up.
Hold it!
But what if for some reason you 3 were unconscious at the time of the incident? If 3 of you weren't alert and aware, what would happen? What would happen? I'm not even sure what you mean. You mean, you 3 share the same memories, right? What if Owen is different? What if he has memories separate from yours? Maybe Owen emerges when 3 of you are unaware of unconsciousness. Unaware or unconscious.
Objection!
Instead of speaking as if this 4th personality is a foregone conclusion, suggest you prove its existence first. Well, you've already seen 3 personalities, the 4th wouldn't be a stretch. You dishonor the victim of this court by jumping to such conclusions without proof. Have you ever heard of these old sayings, Prosecutor Sadmati? What happens twice will happen thrice. You see 1, there are likely 30 in your home. Basing my theory on such premises.
Comparing this to cockroaches, do we bug you that much? And how do you intend to prove it? How will you prove that all 3 personalities become unconscious, as you say? Unless you can do that, all this talk is merely empty speculation. Well, don't be so timid. If you don't have it, then find it. Look for something that could render you under on the other one. Simon's right, I can't back that now. Right, Mr. Wet, I have to. Mr. Wet. Maybe rest. No, maybe roll up. No fresh like we sober. No, we can do it next sober, don't rest. So how about the 3 freshes? Mr. Wet, falling unconscious. Wait a second, I think I've got it. Besides, do you have proof to back up your theory? Alcohol. Yes, Your Honor, I do. The proof is right here in this crime photo. It is. In that case, please point out what supports your theory.
Take that!
This is probably what made you want to lose consciousness. Oh yes, the sake. Isn't it just like Master Tonino to pick up a fine brand like him? Sake. Oh, you mean rice wine? Oh, please. Don't call it rice wine. That's so unsophisticated. It's not even wine. Silly girl. I must agree. You need to become more cultured if we know. Tomato. It's made of rice and people get drunk from drinking it, right? It's called sake. End of story. Fine, sake it is then. Caramba, I'm so touchy about these things. Recall Master Tony would often have a drink or two before performing. Said it made him more eloquent. Drinking too much of the stuff can make one lose consciousness, though, of course. And look, there were 2 glasses on the table. Wendo, I believe your master offered you some sake. And then you must have drank too much and passed out. That's when your 4th personality, Owen, emerged. Drink sake? Oh, that's a good one. We have a real sweet tooth, you see. So, yes, we did accept a sugary red bean bun. But does we really dislike sake? And you said no, thinking about it. Believe it or not, you're real weak when it comes to booze. Hee. A tiny drop can knock us right out. So you see, I had a sweet manju bun, but I didn't drink any sake. What? That can't be right. Defense demands the glass to be examined right away. You amateur, did you really think I had not already done so? Your foolishness is beyond compare. Don't tell me. There was no trace of the witness having touched either of these glasses, naturally. Right, of course.
Besides, would you like the witness's statement added to his testimony? Yes, please, Your Honor. Very well.
Hold it!
So if you had even a tiny sip of sake, you'd conquer it out, huh? That's why you didn't touch the glass that Master Tonado offered, correct? Yes, that's right. Then maybe you ate something that had sake in it as an ingredient? I don't recall doing anything like that. He doesn't recall doing it. But that doesn't necessarily mean he didn't. He might just not have known that he did. Better take another good look at the evidence.
So we didn't drink any sake, hon.
Oh boy, now we're in trouble.
That kind of answers exactly why Sad Monk keeps insulting you. Now use your head. There countless ways even though could have gotten sake into his mouth besides drinking it. Well, I don't know about the countless part, but do nothing. Give it some thought. You should figure something out.
In the bun? Like I thought? This was a hand something that contained sake.
Is there anything in the code that could make him something like that? I wonder if it is.
Objection!
Fuck! Oh, well, let us have a pen over there. What do you think? Is there really a contradiction here? Oh, noble panda.
No, there's no contradiction.
Yeah, there you have it. If Mr. Panda says there's one, there must be that. It must be true. Fuck.
Where they're going?
What if it's this?
Objection!
Huh? The bun, but he's not accepting it.
Hold it!
How can you be so sure that it's what the cards actually mean? What else could they possibly mean? Well, for example, oh, when the fourth hitter. Who in the world is that? What world is that? It's a baseball player, really great one too. Juan Gonzalez, 36 years old, clean up fourth place hitter, of course. Such a famous baseball player. We're there hanging around in the theater. He would have drawn a lot of attention himself, don't you think? Well then, how about this? Maybe it means Owen, oh, and fourth, like I owe you in 4,000. And who is this mysterious N person? What? He isn't a person. It was Shisho's favorite hobby sign. Shop, enjoy. He was a huge model train collector. I see. Maybe he owed the hobby shop some money. So we left the note to remind himself. In crew the cards on the table, Shisho worked in mysterious ways. You can take this seriously. I'm being completely serious. The point is, Owen fourth could mean just about anything. I suppose you're right. Just from a different angle.
Hold it!
Oh, is it because of the fucking gluttonous act thing? If so, that's gonna piss me off.
Objection!
Okay, never mind.
Knock, knock, who's there? There's evidence in that statement. This evidence and that statement, who?
They contradict each other. That's who.
That's not even a proper call and response for a knock-knock joke.
You know what's more? Her claim does not even make any logical sense. Your performance merits another applause, really. I'm confused.
Objection!
At this point, I'm gonna pretty much try every evidence I have. Because fuck it, I guess.
Objection! Objection! Objection!
Oh my god, is it the don't rest sign?
Objection!
God damn it. Shows what was most likely made Yuendo lose consciousness. That's a note. Are you feeling a lightheaded, child, or perhaps a bit peckish? I'm not hungry, and my head feels just fine, thank you very much. Look at the paper this note is written on. Isn't there something familiar about it? What exactly is your point defense? This faint design here reminds me of the paper from... Yep, it's a piece of wrapping paper on the box of manju buns by the victim's floor. Yuendo, you may not have drunk any sake, but you did eat a sweet red bean bun, right? Well, yes, that's right. I don't know if you are aware of it or not, Yuendo. But I believe the manju you ate caused you to fall unconscious. The bean bun? But how? Because those buns contain a secret ingredient. A very punchy secret ingredient at that. A punchy secret ingredient? Yes. The design on the wrapping paper matches that of something else known here. It does? Oh my god.
Take that!
The camel pattern. Same pattern as the one for camel brand sake. Whoa. So just as Yuendo said, he didn't drink any sake per se. But he did eat some. Impossible. Yuendo had a camel brand red bean bun. You're supposed to nice shot of sake is one of its ingredients. The defense is claiming that Yuendo passed out after consuming a camel sweet bun, which allowed a fourth personality named Owen to emerge. Is that correct? Yes, Your Honor. That's exactly what I'm claiming. But there's one thing that bothers me. What if the alcoholic content of the buns evaporated as they were steamed? Or to give them a stronger flavor. Some manju are specifically made to retain as much of their alcoholic content as possible. What kind of lightweight do you think I am? Even I wouldn't pass up for eating a simple manju. Now, how about we test that theory? What do you say, Your Honor? Seeing is believing, as they say. Very well. I will allow a test. Thanks, Your Honor. Simon, go buy us some camel manju on the double. Don't forget to give me one, too. Okay. Well, why must I? You're the lawyer at Prosecutor Blackwell. You will get one for me as well. Yes, I'm not the courthouse stable boy, you know. But just this once, I'll acquiesce. Taka, I'm counting on you. And all of you had better pay me back. Ah, but I thought it would be your trick, Prosecutor Blackwell. What a shame. Now then, let us adjourn until the manju arrive by carrier hawk. Or we'll reconvene as soon as Taka returns. Silence. Taka is back. Ba 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 dum. Day 13, District Court, courtroom number 4. Now that the sweet buns have arrived, this court is back in session. Go on, Innuendo. Eat up. Chomp. Nice flavor. You can really taste the sake. It was delicious. Yes, the unique sweetness and the faint aroma of sake. Yet I hardly think that anyone could pass up from eating something like this.
What's the matter, Innuendo? You're not afraid of a tiny manju, are you?
Or are you scared of how many calories it has? Don't be ridiculous. A sweet little snack like this couldn't possibly. I mean, it could never.
Less bleating, more eating, witness.
Fine, whatever. See? I told you. I don't affect me in the slightest. He might be a lightweight. But come on, nobody's that light. Just seriously, nobody gets drunk off of one little shit. Ow. The fuck is with that? Oh. It looks like it worked. Oh my! Witness, please tell the court your name and occupation. My name is Owen. I'm 5. You're 5 years old. Am I in trouble? Please don't yell at me. Oh. So he's Innuendo's 4th personality. I hardly think a child like him could have a motive to murder the victim. And even if he had a motive, could he have actually committed the murder? That's a very good point. Owen does appear to be very timid and weak. Oh. It seems that events was hoping this hidden personality would be the real killer. But now that he is standing here before us, it's clear that none of Innuendo's personalities can be the killer. Eek! But where can I even go from here? Shisho. Owen, do you know something about what happened to your master? What? Come on, buddy. Won't you tell Auntie Athena what happened? Wow, what a scary lady. I'm not scary. Look at Auntie's big smile. Tell me about your master, please, please. Sugar on top. Okay. Shisho was super nice. He always played with me. Just like a real grandpa. I love Shisho.
Athena, do you sense anything beyond his words?
Sense the sadness. Sadness so pure it's heart-rending, but no discord. Prosecutor Sanmati is right. Owen isn't the killer.
But then, don't you find it odd?
Find what odd?
Let's review what we've learned so far. Innuendo rearranged the Karuta cards to pin the blame on Bucky.
Well, that's because the original message implicated Owen. But Owen's only 5 years old and absolutely adores Master Tonedo.
Exactly. The other 3 personalities also have no motive for murder. If Owen isn't the true culprit, then the person who first laid out the cards.
Probably wouldn't have been Master Tonedo. So, then who did it? Defense? Did the appearance of Owen help you figure anything out? Yes, Your Honor. I now know who it was that first laid out the Karuta cards. But I thought it was a victim, right? No, Your Honor. Don't believe it was. The one who first arranged the Karuta cards on the table was none other than... I believe the person who laid the cards out is the very person who killed Taifu Tonedo. How quickly you move on to a new target when your Owen theory proves false. You Polkana. I don't know what a Polkana is, but I know I am definitely not one. And before you start with the ceremonies, why don't you hear me out, ceremonies? Yes, let's hear the defense's reasoning. Please proceed, Miss Sykes. But if you're bluffing, I won't go easy on you. I understand, Your Honor. Now then, please recall the original crime scene. Who did the crew to cards name when the scene was discovered? Let's see. I believe we implicated the defendant, Bucky Wet. That's right, but when we found out that the message originally read Owen Forth. Which implicated the young boy, Owen. Exactly, and the person who rearranged the cards was undoubtedly Uendo.
Uendo may have kept silence, but we can be sure he already knew his master was dead. His tampering with the crime scene using the TV all but proves it. The reason Uendo rearranged the Kurohuda cards and moved the TV was because he saw the Owen Forth message and was convinced Owen had committed the crime.
Right on, Prosecutor Blackwell. It would seem that Owen and the other three personalities don't share the same memories. Uendo feared that Owen had killed Master Tonato, so he tried to hide Owen from us. Oh.
But it turns out Owen is but a 5-year-old child, capable of hurting a fly, let alone his beloved master.
So naturally, the culprit must be somebody else. And if somebody else, true killer, tried to pin the crime on Owen. I see. That does make sense.
Objection!
This is not but conjecture composed of half-truths and fantasy. Oh, then he can maintain murder of the victim. I believe Owen might know something about that.
Objection!
I refuse to allow such impromptu testimony, and from a 5-year-old, no less. This young child is capable of producing anything killings. But your desperation is disgraceful. You should realize when it is time to let go. And I saw it. I saw Shisho getting. Owen, you do know something, don't you? Yeah. Oh my, is this true? If so, we must have Owen testify immediately. Don't you agree, Prosecutor Sudmati? It's all right, Owen. Go ahead and tell us what you know. I saw it. Shisho was standing with a knife in his hand. Blood was dripping onto Shisho's face, getting it all red. Couldn't move at all. I was so scared. I passed out. This is eyewitness testimony from the moment of the murder. Owen, can you tell us anything else about what you saw? I was so scared. Oh, I was so scared. Owen. Emotions are spiraling out of control. Something must have really frightened him. Is he alright? His emotions are running wild because he's trying to recall something frightening to him. How about a therapy session right away? I see. Yes, please do whatever you can to help the poor boy. We will do, Your Honor. Better find the cause of these out-of-control emotions pronto. It's probably not blood, it's probably soba. Broth. Yeah, blood was dripping down onto Shisho's face. Blood? I don't remember seeing any blood in the crime scene photos. Besides, if the victim was standing upright, how could blood drip down onto his face? As I expected, all we managed to obtain from the child is a tale he dreamed up. Erk. It's a little weird for blood to drip onto the victim's face if he was standing up. Was it drip down from the ceiling or something? What do you think, Simon?
I don't know. Owen's one confused and upset kid right now, so who knows how accurate his memory is. Maybe it's time for that thing instead. Huh? What thing? That thing that you and your cohorts do. What do you call it? Rotate your thinking about. Oh, you mean turn your thinking around. Yes, whatever. It's the same thing either way. No, it isn't. Ever heard of rotating your thinking? I mean, rotate is... Hey, wait a minute. What? You know what, Simon? In this case, I think rotate just might work perfectly after all. Come again. What you have to do is rotate things by 90 degrees. When you saw his master, Owen must have been... Because it is light down. Who must have been lying on the floor when he witnessed his master's murder? What? That's the conclusion I arrived at when I rotated my thinking by 90 degrees. Which means that all the visuals in my matrix were out by 90 degrees. And... this means Master Tonio was also lying on the floor, which solves another mystery. And which mystery is that? The mystery of how blood could have been dripping onto the victim's face. It's much easier to imagine how that could have happened if he was lying down. Like someone bleeding onto Master Tonio from somewhere up above him. I remember now, somebody was sitting up on top of Shisha. Oh god, that's not a lot. So, Trainer calls Master's bloody killers that spooked Owen originally. Blood that stained the victim's face red came from the person sitting on top of him. The victim was holding a knife, so he likely nicked his attacker as he was fighting back. This means his assailant was injured on their face somewhere, like the forehead, perhaps. Assuming the victim and his attacker were face to face, then yes. I see. So that is what happened. But if I recall correctly, the accused had a fresh bandage on his forehead, does he not? Shit, he does. That injury of Mr. Watts. It's conclusive evidence that he committed the murder. Why? It seems that you had dug yourself into a pit you cannot crawl out of. No! I figured out the reason for Owen's out of control emotions. All I did was raise further suspicion against my own client. What do I do now? What's the matter? You once thinking of throwing in the towel, are you? But it looks so bad for Bucky. I mean, he had both motive and opportunity. Plus, he had an injury on his forehead. Rather, I sense that the defense is finally ready to let it go and move on. Well, Miss Sykes, I understand that you don't want to give up on your client, but I won't allow you to prolong the trial without a good reason. Not really your desk, but all the signs put the defense guilty. Maybe it's time to give up. Destroyed everything she could. I really don't want to back down, but...
Silence!
Athena, are you having doubts about Bucky's innocence? I wouldn't say that, it's just... Do you remember what you said to Bucky earlier this morning? You believe me, man. Of course, no matter what, I'll believe in you to the very end. No, yeah. Let's just empty words. Of course I still circumstances. He's still stuck on that line of thinking. Motive, opportunity, and an injury to his forehead. Is that all it takes to make you stop believing in your client? Tell me again, who are you to Bucky? I'm his Miss Lawyer.
do your duty and believe in him till the very end. I will. He's absolutely right. Bucky's lawyer. He's depending on me. Defense team, please, no fighting my courtroom. The defense is ready to resume, Your Honor. Professor Blackwell was just giving me a pep talk, that's all. Thank you, prosecutor. I didn't do it for your sake. I did it for the future of Wet Soba. Yeah, I got it. The defense would like now to continue with their own therapy session. Owen, would you be alright with that? Okay. So somebody was sitting on top of Shisho, bleeding from their head. Was smooshing something into Shisho's face. That's funny. What is it? Still hear discord in Owen's voice, but I don't sense the inconsistencies between his statements and his emotions. And there don't seem to be any contradictions in his testimony itself either. So that's it, huh? Did you figure something out? Your ability to sense emotions is making you focus too much on his feelings, Athena. But there's actually something he's being very vague about in his testimony. If you can clarify what he's feeling uncertain about with some evidence, we should be able to move forward from there. Okay, that makes sense. I'll give it a try. Let's update the moon matrix with the new information, and then we'll be ready to go. I just need to present some evidence on what Owen is being vague about, huh?
Objection!
Let's put a name to the thing all uncertain of, shall we? By identifying the murder weapon, that was used to suffocate the victim. Fortunately for us, I spy the murder weapon right here on this crime scene photo. Unfortunately for you, I spied nothing of the sort. And the police did not spy anything of the sort during their investigation either. Pray tell, where is this murder weapon you see? You don't see it because it no longer looks the way it did when it was used as a weapon. So what the killer pressed on the matter
Take that! Take that! Take that! Take that! Take that!
Is it the TV?
Take that! Take that! Take that!
I don't know.
Take that!
Athena, what are you seeing? There's nothing, girl.
Take that!
What the fuck did he see?
Take that!
The only thing I think of is the TV.
Take that!
Okay, I'm not having fun right now.
Take that!
Why? Oh my god. I'm getting pissy, I'm sorry. I've clicked every fucking thing. Oh! Are you fucking with me?
Take that!
Oh my god. Mystery person that no one saw press so button to the victim's face, thereby suffocating him. I grow weary of your tasteless jokes. Can anyone commit murder with a soft, delicate soba? Can anyone instantly fall apart if they were pressed to someone's face? Yes, I agree. Well, I disagree. There is a way the soba could have been used to suffocate the victim. What? What's whiter stereo? What besides? Killmaster Tonito. The culprit must have smothered him with a weird fucking way to go, but The culprit must have used the soba before it was cut into noodles. In other words, the murder weapon was raw soba dough. What? Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Order in the court. Yeah, soba dough could definitely be used to suffocate someone, couldn't it? Are you alright, Prosecutor said Marty? It's just letting the soul of the victim know that the accused will finally face justice, thanks to the foolish lawyer before me. Well, what are you talking about? I'm going to summarize your statements. As the accused was killing the victim, he was slashing the face with the victim's knife. The weapon used to suffocate the victim with the dough in the dressing room, and then disposed of the murder weapon by cutting the soba dough into noodles. Ah! Now you so smarmy. Afterwards, the accused put the victim's face into the bowl of soba noodles and broth to wash off the blood that had dripped into the victim's face from his arm. There you have it, the true sequence of events behind this foul affair. Wait just a minute. Everyone wanted that Mr. Wet was the culprit. Ooh, but the accused knows how to cut dough into noodles defense. That's a very good point, Prosecutor Samadi. I heard that cutting soba dough into uniform noodles requires considerable training. But then what about the dying message? How do you explain that? The defendant wouldn't have known about Uendo's own personality. Perhaps the victim was simply playing with the cards. They had to hold no other meaning. Perhaps she spelled out Owen's name in jest sometime before his murder. That's true. From Owen's testimony, he's clear that Master Toto cared for the boy. It appears we've arrived at a compelling conclusion. Taken together, all of these points paint a convincing picture of the fact. Owen, is there anything else you can tell us? Doesn't matter how small of a detail, anything will do.
Oh, you're scaring me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Owen.
Auntie Athena didn't mean to raise her voice.
Be gentler with him. Can't forget he's only 5 years old. You need to be scared, okay, sweetie? Just tell us anything you remember. Well, when I woke up, the person who killed Chico was standing over me, bleeding from their head. Owen, you saw the killer's face? Oops, I did it again. So who was it, Owen? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't know who it was.
Keep some noise. Means there's still something to uncover in Owen's testimony.
Talk to them!
I don't know what Owen saw, but suffice it to say, we are analyzing the dreams of a child. You've wasted enough of our time, friends. Let it go and move on. No, still discord in Owen's heart that needs to be addressed. Therefore, you can't give in here. Owen, do you think you can continue your testimony for us? Okay. I'll enter the new info and run an update then. Why are you happy, bro? Despite witnessing the culprit's terrible crime firsthand, Owen experienced a positive feeling, one of relief. The person the witness saw was no stranger, rather, it was the accused. Therefore, it is only natural that he felt some level of relief when he saw a familiar face. Defense, end this madness and slay your soul no more. Owen, what did you see? That nice smell. I love the smell of that perfume. Oh no. It's the smell of... Try to remember, Owen. Oh, the smell of... Oh! Owen? Seems Owen's out wrestling in the infirmary. They certainly have their hands full today down there. Let's continue with the trial. Despite Owen's testimony, it is the opinion of this humble servant of the Holy Mother that the child's words were insufficient to clear the accused of suspicion. But what about the scent of perfume Owen mentioned? I believe it's a clue that will lead us to the true culprit. But there are thousands of perfumes in the world. Could even be the scent of the hair product the accused used. He does have one amazing hairstyle, so that's certainly possible. The witness is a 5-year-old boy. He cannot tell the difference between conventional perfumes and hair products. What can you have done for a crew cut or something, Bucky? What's more, the only person who can cut soba noodles with such precision. Is the accused and no other. Oh, man. How much to argue with that? And so, the person no one saw at the scene of the crime can only be the accused, Bucky Webb. What the? Hey.
I never use hair products or anything with smell. If I were something like that, that smells just sour. Boom, check it. I don't know what.
Mr. Wet, aren't you supposed to be resting in the infirmary?
Whatever. You'd think I'd like my domestical perfume that chills over for yourself and see.
I believe we have no choice but to try it. Strictly for examination purposes, of course. Now then, let's dig in, shall we? That was delightful. Ahem. Well, I'm satisfied that there are no traces of hair products or perfumes in Mr. Wet's soba. First, sweet beet buns, now savory soba. What a delectable trial this has been. This texture is different from the soba I had the other day. Reminds me of a dish we have in Quran called panupun.
What you do, use chickadee? My soba is pretty good, isn't it?
It's delicious. Do you think so, Simon?
Still pales in comparison to his late father's cuisine. So Simon, why you always have to be so hard on me? Why you always have to be so hard on me?
Bailiff, take the defendant back to the infirmary for some rest.
Rest?
Hey, I ain't a lump of plain old willing Durban, you know. Fresh like with soba, you'll let soba dough fresh. Let the 3 freshes of soba. Fry the seeds fresh, cut the dough fresh, and boil the noodles for. Pick up the noodle fresh. Good grief, what a defendant. At least Bucky wasn't the source of the perfume smell. Wait, smelling perfume.
Looks like you remembered something.
The phrase smelling perfume reminded me of a certain somebody. Oh? And who might that be? There's only one person that comes to mind. The phrase smelling perfume reminded me of this person.
Take that!
Gru, Donado. Yeah, she did smell very nice, didn't she? Just a moment of defense. You would throw suspicion on Guru now because of a scent. Your Honor, there is no need to go along with these ever-changing claims of the defense. I suppose their claims have been awfully inconsistent. Guru could have been at the crime scene. Yes, but... Yeah, I get to see those balloons of hers if we call her back to the witness stand. How vulgar. His Honor is not interested in such things. Settling the matter of her balloons aside entirely. I do believe it's appropriate to ask Guru some questions, given the circumstances. This has nothing to do with her balloons, of course. Thank you, Your Honor.
Pokana.
Okay, then. Thank you for calling this visible. The Tonito School of Rock and go back for one. Speed the balloon artist, y'all know and love Guru Tonito. 1, 2, balloon. What wonderful balloon artistry. Your Honor, please. Now then, what would you like me to bake for you this time? Actually, I called you back for more testimony. But I'm all talked out. This case has left me completely deflated. What? You didn't find that funny? Anyway, what exactly is going on, Simon?
It seems the person who murdered Master Tony Doe was wearing perfume.
And you were the only person I could think of who wears perfume. Wait, you mean I'm a suspect now? Guru, you knew about Owen, right? Well, yes. I often played with him at Chisho's request. So that means you could have left that fake dying message, right? What? Just because I wear perfume and know Owen? You think I'm a murderer? Oh, how could you? The witness is absolutely right. No evidence but the distorted memories of a small child. It is outrageous of the defense to accuse this woman. That's right. You don't even have any proof. You may step down from the stand, Guru. The defense does not have one scrap of evidence that connects you to the crime. Wait just 1 minute. I may not have proof, but Owen's testimony is still enough. Please feel free to leave, Guru. But I'm so close. Must be something I can do. Well, if the prosecutor says it's okay, then I guess I'll be going now.
Silence!
Hoy, Guru, you're an entertainer, aren't you? Once you go on stage, it's your duty to complete your performance, is it not? So what are you doing leaving halfway through?
Eat! There's a bandage on Guru's forehead. Does this mean that Master Tonido's killer had a cut on their face somewhere? Impossible. How did you know, Simon?
I didn't, but I had to take a chance and see for myself. Otherwise, your theory would remain a groundless accusation.
Your Honor, Prosecutor Samadi said a perfume and injury on the forehead. These things are completely consistent with Owen's testimony. In short, the mysterious individual Owen saw in the dressing room could have been Guru. Besides, does this mean you are formally indicting this witness for the murder of Tyson Tonido? Should your accusation prove to be false, I hope you're prepared to pay the price in full. So, Simon, what price is he talking about?
But that should be obvious. The sad monk is saying he'll see to it you never stand in court of law again. I must say, though, he knows how to make a trial interesting.
Whose side are you on, Simon?
Go on then, into the deep end with you. You really have but one choice anyway.
Well, Miss Sykes, I'm waiting. With regards to the witness, Tonido, the defense wishes to. There's no reason for me to hold back. Not if I really believe in my client. The defense wishes to formally indict Guru Tonido for the murder of Tyson Tonido. I've tried to be merciful, but now not even your pleas will reach the Holy Mother's ears. You have plenty of time to regret your decision in the pit of hell. But I won't need to. The person who murdered the victim was not Mr. Webb. It's Guru Tonido. That bandage is just a slip up I made while cooking yesterday. That's all. What kind of extreme cooking were you doing to cut yourself on the forehead? Well, what can I say? That's what happened. You also don't have an alibi for the period before 4 p.m., do you, Guru? But, I really didn't know anything was wrong until Shisho was found dead. If you don't believe me, then with a twisty twist twist. And Balloon! There you have it, an adorable little kitty. How could you suspect a cutesy little balloon artist like me? Guru, I've been meaning to say this for a while now, but could it be that you don't have any eye for balloon art? Don't you think I know that? You didn't have to come out and say it. I'm the daughter of a great Rakugo artist. I never wanted to do stupid balloon art. I'm supposed to be a Rakugo storyteller too, just like my late daddy. But Shisho told me to do balloon art instead. I guess the victim thought she had no talent as a Rakugo artist either? So you're still gonna suspect a poor little thing like me? But please stop trying to skirt the issue. It all comes down to the scent of perfume and the cut on your forehead. You're the culprit in Owen's testimony shared these two traits. That's it, I'm accusing me, aren't you? Well, here's what I have for naughty little girls like you. With a twisty twist twist. I'ma cut you, witch. Go ahead, make me testify all you want. when the truth's revealed. It'll be your balloon of mine that goes pop. Got it. Oh my! She's got another hidden personality. Simon, is everybody in Tornado school like this? How should I know? Something's wrong with her. Yeah, I visited the dressing room during that time to make a courtesy call to my aunt. Shisho and Owen were in there, but they were both snowing up a stone. I saw the note Shisho left, so I just left. Didn't want to disturb him, you know. A few moments must have been left over from when I visited. So, Guru's saying she went into the dressing room, but then left right away. Don't take her at her word. Come on, do you really think I would? Just trying to figure out how to get her to talk about what really happened. Now then, Miss Sykes, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Hold it!
A courtesy call. A courtesy call of your performance, huh? Come to think of it, Luendo mentioned making the same kind of visit. Yeah, a visit to your master before and after your routine. Just common courtesy with us Rakugo artists and entertainers. So that means you pay the victim a courtesy call before your performance too, right? What did you see at the time? He was having a drink and getting himself into a festive mood. He'd like to say that drinking gave him a silver tongue. So he was already drinking by then. Luendo wasn't there in the dressing room yet at the time. He must have gone in there during my act, because when I went back...
Hold it!
Could you describe how they appeared? They were both stretched out on the floor, snoozing away. After all, who wouldn't stretch out on the floor if they could take a nap? Plus, that matches up with what Owen said in his testimony. What if he was asleep? How could you tell it was Owen? How did you know it wasn't Uendo? I've known the guy for ages. One look at his face and I know which one I'm dealing with. I see.
Hold it!
Where did you find your master's note? I don't know. Can't remember. Did you notice anything else unusual or out of the place in that room? Well, there was a sake and a half-eaten manju on the table. But I didn't see anything else out of the place or whatever in the room, though. Oh, isn't that fact? Is that a fact? Of course it is. What do you think? And you didn't change anything around while you were in there. I didn't do anything. Look, I'm telling ya. I didn't see anything funny near Shisho. I didn't touch anything in the room. No problem, miss. I request that Guru's last statement be added to her testimony. Simon, what's a statement like that gonna do for us? Just play along, you'll see soon enough. I have no problem with adding that to the testimony, but how about you, Miss Sykes? I have no problem with it either, Your Honor. Just I'm thinking. Wait a minute.
Objection!
It's the TV. Guru, you said that you didn't notice anything odd or unusual near your master. You also said you didn't touch anything in the dressing room. That's right. What about it? Then I wonder who left that dying message with the Garuda cards. What are you going on about? Had it been that Bucky. Sorry, but that's not possible. Because only 3 people knew of Uendo's personalities. Uendo, your master, and you. Got it? If Bucky had left that Garuda message, he wouldn't have spelled out Owen. He would have spelled out Uendo. What it boils down to is this. A member of the Tornado School, you, Guru Tornado. I'm the only one who could have left the dying message. Never mind. As the person who left that message. It's clear that you are Master Tonado's killer. Gah, will you ever quit your yapping?
Objection!
You are like wretches clinging to the spider thread of salvation. Allow me to cut the holy thread from the heavens and bring you back down to earth. Quit butting in when things start to go your way. Or don't start to go your way. Silence, child. Playtime is over. What did you just say? As the witness stated, she went into the dressing room and soon came back out again. But the victim's note was not the only reason she left with such haste. There was another reason that compelled the Guru to leave at once. Guru, would you please relate what's reason, or said reason to the court? What was the reason why Guru had to leave the dressing room? Well, I didn't want to show you this, but I guess I got no choice. Keep your eyes peeled, because here it comes. Your hand's all swollen and red. What happened, Guru? If you must know, I'm allergic to buckwheat. What? What? Allergic reactions to buckwheat can vary, though they're usually on the severe side. With Typhoon Tondo making soba noodles in his dressing room, Guru was lucky to still be alive, considering all the soba flour that was swirling in the air. Good thing I left pretty quick. Managed to escape with just a mild reaction. But just she shows he began carried away. Look what it did to my poor hands. Some soba broth on his clothes or something. If I inhaled any of that soba flour, I'd have had a seizure. And it would have been good night, Guru. Never could have stayed in that dressing room for very long. A person allergic to buckwheat couldn't be in a room while soba flour is in the air. And certainly couldn't use soba dough as murder weapon either. This isn't good. You knew it would come to this, didn't you? That's why you never mentioned her allergy. As if it would do anything so, as if I would do something so unethical. I was simply trying to protect the privacy of the witness. I'm sick of all these accusations. Why don't I just testify and get it all out of the open? Yes. We'll start. There's buckwheat allergy. Come into the slightest contact with buckwheat, I get an allergic reaction. That much soba flour in the air, that room could have literally killed me. My hand, just touching Shisho's body caused me this much damage. It must have been soba broth on his clothes. So I never could have committed that murder in the dressing room. So then you didn't commit it in the dressing room. Duh. Still can't believe it. Nobody told me she had soba allergy. Did you know, Simon? Does it look like I knew? Protect the privacy of the witness, my foot! What a dirty trick. But now what do we do? There's only one thing to do. Prosecutor Sodmonk to shame with your cross-examination. Right. No matter how small, I'll find out how to use an opening and break her testimony down.
Hold it!
You're not lying about the soba allergy views, right? Of course not. I swear on the grave of my father up in heaven. I can even get you a doctor's certificate if you want. She seems to be telling the truth. I've had this allergy for as long as I can remember. But I never dreamt in a million years you'd clear me of murder. And you've come out of this smelling like a delicate buckwheat flour to boot. Well said, Your Honor.
Hold it!
I'll give you that. There was quite a bit of flour scattered about in the dressing room. But you went in to pay your respects to the master regardless, right? Yeah. Well, like I said, I came right back out. I mean, the soba making tools were right there. You better believe I was careful not to breathe any of it in. But you still couldn't have committed this crime if you held your breath while doing it. Don't be ridiculous. I would have suffocated to death before Shisho did. Yeah, I guess you're right. Jeez, get a grip, will ya? Just the clown noses, I think.
Hold it!
Maybe there's a twist here, like you're actually allergic to dogs and not soba? kidding. Bring me little judgment. Yes. So I have a genuine, honest, to good soba allergy. Defense. The witness clearly has an authentic allergy to buckwheat. Any further deliberation on the matter would be meaningless, pointless, worthless. You heard the man. Lawyer girl. All right, fine. I'm just starting to think the same thing myself. I'm gonna have to like it though. Probably got this rejection on my hand here because I touched Shisho.
Hold it!
I have a question about that actually. If you're allergic to soba, does that mean you're allergic to the noodle broth too? Well, the buckwheat from the noodles can dissolve into the broth, so duh. Touch the soda broth, soba broth, which is deadly. Don't you know something? What an amateur. I'm sorry. Do I look like a doctor to you? Or a chef? Look, anything that has soba in it, or anything that has touched soba, is like poison to me.
Hold it!
So I just want to cover all my bases, but could the murder have possibly occurred somewhere other than the dressing room?
Objection!
It is out of the question. By even asking, you show your complete disregard for all of what we've discussed up until now. Yes, I have to agree. The defense can't go around suggesting new purposes without basis. Fortunately for you, Shisha didn't take a single step from his dressing room around the time of the murder. Well, that is unfortunate for everyone. Guru could not have possibly committed this crime in a room where soba was being made. Finally, the time has come for the last rites of the victim to begin. Well, no one has the right to a time like this. Review the facts. Oh, guts. Only one thing to do. What are you smiling about? Pressure overwhelmed you? No, instead of thinking like why she couldn't, we have to think how she could commit the murder with that. Nope. Just the worst of times like this are when lawyers are to force the biggest smiles. Let's see. You have no rebuttal, and so the only thing left for you to smile. Oh, ho, 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 ho. That's where you're wrong. I do have a rebuttal. Try thinking around, Athena. Don't try to figure out how Guru, who's allergic to soba, could commit the crime. Figure out how Guru could be in that room and not have an allergic reaction. Instead, I was close. Appears to have been written by the victim. Allow me to read it. Won't do it. What if that certain piece of evidence doesn't mean what we think it means? If that's the case, I might be able to prove that Guru could have committed this crime. No matter how hard you search your mind, you cannot overturn facts. Well, Mr. Sykes, if you have no further objections, I'll hand out my ruling. True, I can't overturn facts, but what if we got our facts about a piece of evidence wrong? Got our facts wrong. What are you talking about now? Now, which piece of evidence do you mean, Mr. Sykes? Please point it out to this court. This evidence proves that Guru could have killed her master, even with her soba allergy.
Take that!
Shit. Oh no. I don't know. Please don't. I didn't click it because it just didn't seem like it would be the thing.
Take that!
It is? No, it isn't. Okay, I was like, really?
Take that!
It's Master Tornado's note. But no! Preposterous. What possible connection could there be between the witness's allergy and that note? The answer lies in the true meaning of this note. Its true meaning? This note does not mean I am resting, do not disturb, as we had assumed. Rather, it actually means this dough is resting, do not disturb it. Wait, Athena, that doesn't make any sense. You're right, it doesn't. After all, as Bucky told us many a time, you don't let Soba dough rest. Well, what's all this jibber jabber got to do with anything? This is it, the home stretch. It's not Mr. Wheat's word, or Mr. What's words that led me to the conclusion Mr. Tornado was. The victim, Taifu Tornado, was not making buckwheat noodles. He was making ordinary udon noodles instead. Okana. That layer of flour in the dressing room wasn't soba flour, plain old wheat flour for udon. So actually, it was totally possible for Guru to be in that room and kill her master. What? What if that's true? It changes everything. Your Honor, defense requests that the flour in the room be tested immediately.
Objection!
So many noodles were found in the bowl. Guru did not have erection. How do you explain these things? Well, even where not wrong instead of soba, he still cannot prove Guru committed the crime. But now keep charging forward, or you'll feel my blade at your back. Enough with the first already. I got it. About pressure. All right, Athena, take a deep breath and go over everything again. Yeah, it's one of these moments. Yeah, I like these moments. I'm gonna visualize the case from start to finish. To find conclusive evidence that Guru committed this murder. What was Mr. Tornado making in the dressing room? Udon. Mr. Tornado must have been making udon. Some of the crime scene indicates otherwise. Soba. The master wasn't making soba, so the noodles were found at the scene. So that means the noodles had to have come from somewhere. A mysterious serving of soba noodles. So when the mold did come from? Master soba stock. It's in the fridge. It was from the master soba stock. Yeah. Soba noodles found in the scene from the master stock of noodles. Then why would the culprit go out of her way to put the soba put up the wall? No one's found at the scene. That means the culprit must have taken the udon with her and hide it. Why did the culprit take the udon away and hide it? It must have been because she... The murder weapon was udon dough. That's it. The udon dough was the real weapon used to kill Taifu Tornado. The reason why no weapon was found is because Guru got rid of the dough somehow. The real murder weapon was the udon dough the victim made. If we can find the dough, that'll prove my theory correct. And then by avoiding guilt. And if we can find this dough, it makes you think that it would prove she is the one. Blood on it. Let's call Owen's eyewitness testimony prosecutor's dead body. The injury on Guru's forehead was caused by the victim's knife. Guru's blood must have dripped down on the dough used as the murder weapon. That would make the dough pretty conclusive evidence, wouldn't you agree? But where is this conclusive evidence? Let us hear your theory on where this murder weapon is. Well, it's... If I can't find the answer in the evidence I have on hand, we'll lose this trial. So how did Gru get rid of the udon dough? Think Athena. What do I have that points to the suspicious behavior on Gru's part? Now that Miss Hikes, let's hear your answer. Where is the real murder weapon? I know where it is. Nice, Blocky. You did that. I assume you have the bite to back it up. Distracting, especially not right now. Point us to the location of...
Take that!
Guru. Huh? What is it? I'm just an innocent girl. I don't know anything about a murder. Stuff that cute actor from your balloon hat. Gah. Guru got rid of the dough she used to kill Master Tonido in a bold and daring way. She did it right in front of Prosecutor Blackwell's nose by feeding it to her dog. No, I... Ha 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 ha. Of course, now it all makes sense. I was puzzled as to why Guru should know her own dog's eating habits. Feed Judge Boo more than he could possibly finish. Your Honor, please order an investigation of the yard right now. And what should the place of the fin are we looking for exactly? Judge Boo must have buried his leftover dumplings somewhere around his doghouse. Dumplings that Guru made out of the udon dough with her blood on it. This is preposterous. I want to thank you, Simon. I want to thank you, Simon. If you hadn't kept me going, I might have given up along the way. What you laugh a lot about. You still have work to do. Now, by your hand, finish this wretched case off, Athena. Got it. Guru, do you remember what you said would happen when the truth is finally revealed? Well, now the truth is out, and it looks to me like it's your balloon that goes pop. Ah. Polkana. I'm a Rakugo artist. I was the one who was supposed to inherit that name, but then, Shisho. Why are my balloons bursting? Daddy, are you mad at me? I've been a bad girl. Oh, her boobs were fake. Wow. And you're... Wow.
Oh. That was a wig. You ready to tell us everything now, Guru? The whole reason I entered the world of Rakugo in the first place was to follow in my father's wonderful footsteps and inherit his stage name. His stage name? You don't mean...
Uendo Tonido.
I knew I wasn't very good at storytelling, but I thought that if I did the stupid balloon thing like Shisho wanted, I'd inherit the name someday. But Master Tonido gave the name to his junior disciple. Yeah. That's why I took my revenge on Shisho during the show celebration with the name succession. So that was your entire motive? I doubt anybody else could understand, but inheriting my father's name was everything to me. It was my whole reason for living.
Of all the days you could have taken your revenge, why did you choose the day of the show?
Because I wanted to pay Uendo back for stealing what was rightfully mine. I wanted to pin the blame on him at the show where all the Tonido fans were gathered. But then Uendo tried to shift the blame onto Bucky Wet, and now we know the whole story.
There's just one more thing I want to know. Did you know Master Tonido was making udon in his dressing room yesterday?
No, I didn't. When I saw the soba making tools, I was worried about my allergy. But it was my only chance to get my revenge on the two of them, so I went ahead and did it.
So there was a premeditated crime, and then you only went through with an impulse. Then the allergic reaction on your hand. Is it from touching the soba on the refrigerator with your bare hands? When you were tampered with the crime scene after your master's death. Yeah. By that time, I wasn't clear-headed enough to worry about my allergy. Guru, how could you do all this, you idiot? Guru, I get your desire to inherit your father's name. But what you really should have inherited from him wasn't his name, but his heart. His heart? Do you have anything to add, Prosecutor Submoddy? Any objections? No, Your Honor. Miss Athena Sykes. Yes. It's the first time he's used my name. I shall be sure to remember your name. Really? It seems he finally recognizes you as a proper adversary. Thanks. That's all I ask, Prosecutor Submoddy. It looks like there are no further objections, Bailiff. Oh, objections. Bailiff, please bring in the defendant. Oh, now he's sober. Ah, good. It seems you have made a full recovery. Now then, this court finds the defendant. Bucky Wet. Yay! This court is adjourned. May 13th, 11:55 a.m. District Court. Defendant lobby. Number 6. Congratulations, Bucky. It's glad you were found innocent.
Thanks for everything, Miss Chickadee.
But it still sucks that you were accused of a crime you didn't commit. Didn't Uendo have it out for you or something? Did Uendo have it out for you or something?
I don't think so.
Uendo said it was a spur of the moment idea he got when he saw the soba-themed cards. Simon, where have you been? I stopped in at the Uendo's questioning. Only you, Bucky, could get framed for a crime on a whim.
No way. I almost got convicted out of convenience.
Well, at least you've been completely cleared of all charges, so buck up, Bucky. On a more important note, what I really want to know is, why didn't Master Totito let Guru inherit her father's name?
What do you mean on a more important note, Miss Chickadee?
Oh, don't be such a wet blanket. Just go with the flow. Now, come on. I think the Master was trying to encourage her to quit the entertainment business?
Nah, that's not it. He didn't give the name to her because he wanted Guru to find her own calling in life, perform whatever she wanted without being bound by her father's name or Rakugo. Making Udon was his way of showing his support for her in her new endeavor.
So that's why he called you to the theater, huh? To teach him how to make udon? A more roundabout way I've never seen, but that's Master Totito for you. So this entire incident happened because of his misunderstanding. How sad. By the way, Guru wasn't the only person Master Totito was trying to cheer on, even though the person in question still seems unaware of the Master's intentions.
What? You talking about me? Come on, no way. All that old man ever did was criticize my Zelda.
That's not true, Bucky. There must be a way to make Bucky see just how much Master Totito cared about him.
Take that!
Take a good look, Bucky. Whose name's on there as the holder of this title deed?
It's still in my name.
Master Totito was just up to one of his tricks when he said he stole the shop from you. He was trying to force you to grow into a truly capable owner in your father's stead. Probably used some tough love on you so that the shop wouldn't just go belly up.
I see. I never knew. Oh, Master Totito, I'm so sorry.
Keep working hard, Bucky, and pay him back by living up to his expectations.
Thanks, almighty. And you too, Miss Chickadee. One day my Zelda's gonna be so good, it'll knock that old man's socks clean off. After all, I'm the 4th generation owner of Wet Soba. Wet Noodle number 4. Well, I better get going back to my shop. I gotta get ready for the lunch rush.
Hold on. Can I place an order for delivery, Bucky?
Yes, Miss Chickadee.
Could you deliver a bowl of udon to Gru on behalf of her master?
You got it. I'll make sure it's got all the TLC Master Tonado would have packed it in there too.
Thank you.
Well, see you. Be sure to drop by the shop sometime.
I will, and I'll bring the whole agency with me.
He was all proud, Bucky.
I'll have the best soba in town waiting for you when you come back. Peace out.
It's nice to see somebody giving it their all, isn't it? I wonder if I leveled up any thanks to this case.
Don't kid yourself. The trial would have been a spectacle and a half had it not been by your side.
You don't know that.
For a lawyer who's versed in psychology, you're too full of weak points. You need to learn to analyze yourself more objectively.
Or you could just teach me your famous mind trick, Simon.
No.
Way to shut someone down, and why not?
Because the more pesky lawyers there are, the harder my job becomes. So it's in my best interest for you to remain green forever.
Hey, what about what's in my best interest, huh? Besides, weren't you the one who had the wool pulled over your eyes by Uendo?
Must you remind me? Could have known Uendo would do time sober.
Hey, speaking of time soba, I just thought of something funny.
Oh goody, I can't wait.
Okay, here it is. In time soba. Why didn't Mon number 9 get counted? Come on, do you know, Simon?
How should I know?
Because 789. Thank you, I'll be here all week. Well,
That I should have known. Come on. Let's go get soba or something and go home.
your treat?
I'll treat you to 50% of the tab, and don't forget you still owe me for that manju.
Really, Simon? Wouldn't hurt for you to pay for me every once in a while, you know.
Quit squawking and start walking, Athena.
Hey, wait for me! I may still have a ways to go as a lawyer, but just like Mr. Wright, Apollo, and Simon before me, I'm gonna get there someday. After all, I've inherited their passion for our courts and the law. Juplex the fair. I can do this. And that is the end of the 4th case. Turnabout Revolution. And that is where we're stopping for today. Next time we start in Turnabout Revolution, the last case. The last case of the game. God, it's been a crazy ride. We're almost done though. So just to wrap it up real quickly, this case was probably so far the weakest of the cases in this game. Unfortunately, I love Athena a lot, but I feel like they made her a little bit dumber than normal. I feel like she worked through a lot of her character stuff, especially in Dual Destinies. And I can't remember the I can't remember the time difference or like of this game from the last game, but I felt like Athena had a little bit more like that she was able to grow up, you know, and like learn. And I don't know. I don't know. I feel like they kind of regressed her character a little bit. I did get all of those emotions, though, right, first try, which was good because the system can have moments where it screws you up. So either this was just easier or it finally clicked for me. But this case was one of the weaker ones. I really did like I liked seeing Athena and Simon like interacting. I love their relationship, and I think that's great. And I love that I love that they interacted. I was so happy Simon stood next to Athena because I was like, well, if Athena has nobody, I feel like Simon should be. So I was happy about that. A little bit too much hand-holding, though. A little bit too much Simon having to go, why do I have to do everything for you? Kind of acting like a Mia, for example. And I don't appreciate that they kind of cucked her like that, but I mean, it was still a kind of interesting case. It wasn't that in-depth. It really wasn't that serious. I think using the idea of the personality disorder was kind of cool, actually. Personality disorder and having a victim die from suffocation and pretty much without a cause of, you know, like, not a cause, but a murder weapon's kind of cool. I like that idea a lot. Like, a suffocation instead of just a flat-out fucking murder is awesome. And then I like the personality. Like I said, that was really, really cool. I wished, though, that the fourth personality, Owen, I wish was the murderer. I just think that would be cool to think about, that you got this guy who pretty much, whenever he goes unconscious, so pretty much things like, you know, drinking, he pretty much forgets everything and becomes this personality that, you know, is a danger to everybody. I know I understand why they didn't keep that. Weird. I understand why they didn't keep that. It makes sense. But it just kind of upsets me that I feel like they had this chance to... I feel like they had a chance to do something. And they just chose not to. But that's about all I have to say on the matter. I'm gonna get going. I want to go to bed. I also gotta pee, so... yeah. I'll see y'all later for when we play this last case. Thank you.